Captain's log, stardate 1229201915.2. Star Excelsior's log NCC 77246. So, short video today. I don't have much to talk about. A couple things that's happened is, as you all know, I've been depressed a lot lately because my computer is down. I've been looking at a backup computer core. Fortunately, the problem with the backup core is the hard drive is 128 gigs, so there's not a lot of storage. So I'd be using it for spreadsheets, which would be helping me out in the upright position on my table. But right now, my computer, as of tomorrow, will be in for day 5 or day 5 of 9 of business days for repairs. Hopefully, it gets done soon. So, another thing I wanted to share with you all is that we had a couple small problems this morning. Chloe got cranky yet again, and it kind of disturbed the balance of the force, you could say. And really, it was not good, and literally just went ape, literally did some crap that I don't even want to talk about, and as you all know, I've been asking Chloe nicely to leave because it's depressing me to the point where I can't contain my feelings anymore. It's like every time things get out of hand, and out of nicety, I'm not going to be a little. She's right there. I'm not going to be a little, attack her or whatever. It's not my job. But Chloe, with her mental illness, doing this video, I want to share with you all that her family needs to realize that she won't change, literally. And I've talked about mental health, mental illness, mental health, etc., and it just doesn't work. I mean, literally, there's like 4 different sides to the coin. It's just like one of those magical coins you keep flipping and the side changes, like a yo-yo. But there's so many different sides, it's hard to pinpoint, and I've tried to contain everything. And so she was talking about leaving. Unfortunately, she realized she can't just go down to the train or bus station tomorrow because there's no bus and tickets available. I mean, you're going to be paying $300 to $500 or more. We don't have $300 to $500 laying around, which means I'd be fucking poor for the fucking month of January. So you have to wait anyways. But then again, I have family out there that say, well, it's not my job to purchase a ticket because it's so expensive. Well, if she went to the train station, where would she go? She can't even get to Seattle, literally, because they're just sold out, because of the holidays. I mean, which brings me to another problem that Chloe's been really bitchy about lately, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But, one of the things that really upsets me is Chloe claims, and I'm only putting it from her point of view, mental illness, and she claims that no one wants to help her. Well, that's not true. I went through records Christmas Day, and her records were Chloe needs this or Chloe needs that or Chloe wants this, and truthfully, it's not about Chloe wants, Chloe needs. Chloe had ideas. The hospital had ideas. See, when she went to the emergency room and they told her to go to Grant Integrated Services, they would help her get treatment. Unfortunately, Chloe would be like, well, fuck you. I want the hospital, kiss my ass, and leave. The next morning, she'd get up and she's like somewhat, the reason they diagnosed her borderline out of bipolar is the hospital is because she'll turn around and she'll be angry. Okay, a bipolar person will not get to the point where they'll do something so fucking stupid that, it will, cause a mood swing, where the mood swings are stable. Basically, borderline personality is like personality disorder, but it's also a mood swing disorder where the mood swings can fluctuate. For example, Chloe could sit there and 1 minute she's sitting there and she's gabbing like crazy, and I'm sitting here like this, drinking my coffee and going, hey, can you be quiet until I get my 2 cups of coffee? Being polite, just let me have my morning coffee. Next note, she's, you motherfucker, blah, 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 as an example, I'm not saying she does that in the mornings, but you get the idea. She basically flips on a dime, and next thing she's basically saying, I want to fuck the neighbor that fucking raped her. I want to fucking suck the dick off the guy that tried to rape us. Literally, she'll turn to the point where she'll tear open an arm, right? Picture my arm, okay? I got a couple wounds on my arms from, or how about this, for example? Right here, you see the scar right here? I'm wearing panties, the scar here? That scar was ripped open from a problem, and because of it, for example, she'll turn around and she'll basically picture her taking a scalpel and cutting it open and then throwing salt on the wound. So the point I'm trying to make is she'll turn around and basically start attacking. And then she'll turn around, for example, and be like, my mom's toxic, my grandparents are toxic, every one of them are toxic. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, I triggered this because I want my morning coffee, and you want to yap about, say, how your dad, even though your dad might look passable as a female, that your ass hurt because he might have had facial fem or whatever the reason. It could be just the most stupidest thing that will trigger a anger outburst. Could be hormonal related. She hasn't had her injection in 4 weeks. I gave it to her today. Anyways, I'm not belittling Chloe in any way, shape, or form. I'm not borderline like Chloe, where she'll belittle anyone for anything, and etc. My point is I tried to explain to her. She's always talking about, oh yeah, I want this and I want that. My Christmas is coming up, or not Christmas. Chloe should have corrected me. My birthday is in 8 months, so I'm working on getting a birthday present for me, either a new camera or a TV or or a new desktop. Fortunately, I love Chloe dearly, as you all know, and my desktop is, cool. Unfortunately, I've been looking at custom desktops. I just threw together a gaming rig just for fun. The best one I thought was possible. It came to like 10 grand. I did that for fun today. But, my main thing is I'm not a girl that wants a $10,000 laptop. Chloe's always asked me, how come you like older guys? Can't you play newer ones? Well, let me put it this way. All these people that get the best gaming rigs out there, they want the fucking best. And they want it to handle anything. If it works for Guild Wars, ESO, WoW, and Diablo 3 and 4, I won't care. Literally. Now, if I need a bigger, better computer for D4, I'll just go and get me one that's maybe $1,000 or something, over the course of several months, 10, 12 months, buy it and have it shipped to me and, like a layaway, and then have my computer set. I got to talk to my cousin about that. Talking about my cousin for a minute. I love my cousin dearly, but she was making prime rib, and I thought she would enjoy Aaron's videos and said it was utter crap to her. And that kind of hurt me. Literally, my husband died, and it'd be like me turning around and she's sending me recommendations or, watch these videos of Corey, how to smoke a ham and a smoker, I'd be like, why am I going to watch that crap? That's all crap, And to me, I love my family dearly, literally. And it just hurt me to no end because I love Aaron and I thought I was doing something nice, but I don't blame my cousin at all for it. She has her own opinions. I have my own opinions. We all go gravy, but anyways, so back to my my little light complaint. So this morning we had some problems, and my problems were, so-so. And, Jess, I want to thank Jess. He sent me a $10 gift card from Amazon. He thought I was poking fun at him. It's like, what am I going to do with $10? Well, I can add it towards my current order I'm planning next week, which gets to the point of a couple of points, we're running out of supplies, and we got to wait a few days. And I'll tell you what's going on. It's kind of bummed out Chloe to, her violent streak anyways. And one of her violent streaks today was making threats. And I told her to, what I told her was, and this is where I don't reward good behavior. I looked at her and I pointed my finger and I said, look, this is why I want you to go bye-bye. You don't learn your fucking lesson. You basically turn around, you add salt to the wound, you think all is gravy, You're being polite to me, which you're not. You're being fucking rude. You're being racist. You're being all these things, not being belittling her at all. I'm just telling you my feelings because I'm bipolar and I'm depressed. And I said, I have enough problems on my plate, and yet you turn around and you're bitching to me. Okay, this is where it gets upset. Bitching to me and ripping me a new one because I just want my normal, tasty coffee in the morning. Now, mind you, there's a couple things that's been depressing Chloe too, which I can understand. You see, Chloe and I were supposed to go to Walmart. Okay, she got some birthday money, or not birthday, Christmas money. Okay, let me just tell you what happened. And anyways, she's happy, but she's upset because she got her Christmas money from her grandparents, and she confided in me, and she said, "Look, I love my grandparents dearly, but my one grandparent's in the hospital. I don't understand why she's sending me Christmas money when she might need it for her medical bills." So Chloe's like on the fence about cashing it. And I'm like, well, that makes me proud because she's kind of really worried about grandma. I'd be more worried about cashing it too at the point, But her other grandma, she's on the fence on cashing because she went to wish her grandmother Merry Christmas on the phone, right? And Happy Thanksgiving. So grandma won't answer the phone. So Chloe feels grandma just decided, oh, maybe, this is what Chloe said. Grandma might have just figured, oh, well, Chloe's going to pester me for Christmas money, so I might as well just put a check in the mail and send it off. Well, Chloe turned around. One of the things that's severely depressing her is that, as you all know, we went to Walmart many times in the last few months. We're on prepaid ferry tickets. And because of that, Chloe turned around and was upset because how do I say it? That her grandparents, she's worried about grandma too in the hospital. Grandma one, she's worried because grandma one won't answer her phone. So she's like on the fence cashing these. And, then she said, oh, I'll go cash them and get a ticket to leave and go home, which is fine by me. I don't mind. I mean, literally, I don't mind. But she just realized today that it's like $500. She doesn't have $500. So we have to figure out the next move. But she also is unhappy that the mental hospital turned around. She called up the hospitals that she's went to, and they're full. They're full because of the freaking drug epidemic in Seattle and the areas, as well as the homeless population and alcohol and stuff for Christmas. And, the problems at Christmas time causes them to be full, and she's upset. So, they told her, look, the mental clinics, we call them mental clinics, the clinics that help, that is outpatient clinics, I'll say that you're trying to get on disability, and to you, treatment is a joke. So we're not helping you. You're on your own. So Chloe's freaking depressed. Well, Chloe's got to realize that I've read her records to her Christmas Day, and being autistic, I can clearly see the autism. She doesn't understand what went wrong. Well, all these places and clinics have offered her help. And they put in her record, we tried to help, but Chloe decided to leave. Or we tried to help, but Chloe packed up and moved. I mean, literally, they're basically covering their own ass, okay? And to me, that sounds really stupid, but at the same time, you got other things like one hospital basically copying another hospital and said Chloe's too disabled and depressed and she can't do anything, so she needs to be a group home because she can't cook and clean and she's relying on other people and her borderline's going to get her in trouble and blah, 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 But anyway, so Chloe's been depressed about, cashing these checks. And I said, well, it's up to you what you do with them. And so she was very upset, that she wanted to go out and cash them. But the problem is we don't get any money till Friday, okay? And so I'm like, look, I don't get paid till Friday, okay? So Chloe could go off island, okay? And let's just say there's no money in these checks. There's probably money. Grandmas always make sure they balance the checkbooks. I can't say they aren't. But Chloe is upset because she's depressed. She's like, look, I've told my grandparents time and time again, checks I don't want because, and this is another thing that depresses her, and she told me this today at the park. We went to the park. It's because she's got to get off island, go to the bank, which is like 60 miles away from here, from the Crow's Nest, like Mount Vernon. sector, and she's got to go to 2 banks to cash these 2 different checks. Okay, 2 banks. Okay, then they charge a bank cashing fee, which both banks aren't cheap. So she loses money cashing 2 checks from each bank. Then she loses money, she said, frankly, by just getting and buying, making sure she scrounges up enough money to get a bus fare, from the ferry terminal shuttle terminal to, ferry shuttle terminal to the Mount Vernon sector to the Walmartos, depot. So you got all these things along the way where you got to buy an all-day pass, which is like $3, and then mine's like $1, so $4. Then on top of that, and I have my own money for that, but on top of that, you lose money for cashing the checks, but she's also depressed because you're losing money for losing time. She turned around, and the other day, I had a friend of mine give me a money order. It wasn't much, and it was enough to get us some supplies. It was nice. It was just a blank money order they bought. They didn't say, oh, here's such and such. So I told Chloe, here, cash it in, go to the post office. She's like, will it work? I said, it will work. She goes down there. She goes in. She's like, yeah, I need this. And she walked out, and she said she was smiling because she never knew that the post office handles money orders. You can just go there and say, hey, I got it, And she was smiling. She says, I wish my grandparents were like this. Well, Chloe also said, on a depression, her grandparents are old-fashioned, and they make it do with the easiest way possible. And I understand completely how grandparents are. My grandparents were the same. They'd stick $100 bills in Christmas cards or birthday cards if they didn't know what you wanted for Christmas, and be like, here you go, Merry Christmas, kid. And you'd open it up, or a birthday, and instead of whatever, it was hundreds. I mean, my dad did that one year. Didn't know what I wanted, so he sent me money. It works, and a birthday card says Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, Rita. I hope you have a great Christmas and birthday, blah, blah, love, Dad. And I'm talking about my bio dad. And I'm telling you, I know Chloe's sitting there looking at me right now going, and I know why she's doing the finger thing. It's because her dad never sent her a Christmas card or birthday card with money in it. So it kind of bothers her. It's a trigger. But, it's so, Chloe's depressed because, these checks, she's skeptical of cashing them because one is we have to make special trips out to cash them, and that costs money. It costs me money just to buy her a ticket, which is $15. Now, if there's no bank in the Mount Vernon sector, we got to go to the Anacortes sector, and that costs money the next day. So instead of paying $15 for a ticket, it's now costing $30 for 2 days just to cash a check. And, that just cuts off the top. And because Chloe's on a fixed check income, what money she has is hers, she doesn't have to replenish it, but that comes out of my pocket, and she's worried about me because basically she admitted to me the other day that her mother accepts financially abusing me, literally. And I'm the only reason why I offered to buy a ticket for Chloe to go home, which is fine by me, is because then I'm not financially strapped with all the problems. Now, as you all know, I've gotten ripped a new one for buying makeup for Chloe, being on a fixed income. People are telling me, you don't need the makeup because, well, Chloe doesn't need it, and it upsets me. We do have access to a place that does electrolysis when funds come in, but I can't just plop down $600 for 2 of us per month for electrolysis because, Chloe doesn't have that money. And over the last 3 years, I think I've spent about $30,000 supporting her, not buying much for myself, not much underwear, not much socks. What I do for myself is a little layaway here and there. My layaway failed. So, on top of that, I'm stuck with about a lot of money I can go cash in at Walmart. But the problem is, one of the things that me and Chloe were talking about, Thursday night we were going to go to Walmart. Friday, and we decided not to. We figured out we can wait till Monday. It's no big deal. Get through the weekend, it's fine. But our new goal is next Friday because finances. Because, we had to go and get toilet paper and, shaving cream again and paper towels and stuff that we need, dip, and you name it, we had to get it. So, people sit there and say, oh, well, you need that stuff. Well, we do. But the thing is what's more important, going off island, cashing it, which means if Chloe, and that brings me to my depression. Okay, Chloe's sitting there and she's depressed because, she's upset about this whole check thing. Grandma's in the hospital and she's like, do I cash her or not? And I'm like, well, that's up to her, Chloe. And I said, it's up to you. But me, Chloe knows I'm depressed because every time I turn around to try to help, like Chloe, for example, I get, out of anger, in a violent outburst. You're a bastard. And I'm like, I'm proud to be a bastard with a badge. That's my only answer back to her. And I smile. But, the thing is, she realizes I can't support her. So, even so, I've had people tell me, that she needs to go because she doesn't want to support herself. I mean, literally. I've had people come into my home and say it's so nasty they don't want to be here because, we're disgusting slobs. And, my motto is I pay the electricity, I pay the water, which is part of the rent. I pay the garbage, which is part of the rent, pay the rent. The electricity helps with the heat, supplies her computer, pay the internet. My phone plan's like $10 a month. I supply her with unlimited phone minutes to call her parents anytime she wants. I'm not selfish, stingy, greedy assholes or whatever. I do all this for Chloe under a bubble. And yet, people say, well, you should have all that for yourself because, it's the right thing to do. Well, to me, it's not the right thing to do when you have a limited income. My father-in-law said it's the right thing to do. If she ain't going to basically decide to help clean, then she should be help paying. And if she's not going to pay, then she should help herself out the door and leave because it's the only right thing to freaking do. Now, I got to call Poppy up on Monday, I think it is, tomorrow, and ask him some more opinions. Well, Poppy, I mean, literally, I tried to explain things to Chloe, and it didn't go down well today. Again, it was just pure combativeness and anger, and, I've tried to ask her what's triggering this, and I got various answers. Well, I'm upset at this or I'm upset at that, and I mean, literally a couple reasons is I don't know what triggered it this morning. It wasn't the coffee, because she doesn't drink coffee, and me, she sometimes she looks at me and she says, oh, do you want me to make your coffee? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have you make my coffee. Or, oh, my coffee, all I gotta do is flip a switch, I can get up and do it, and I come back into bed. But the thing is she actually asked me questions like, do you want me to make your coffee? Do you want me to make you your coffee? And I go, well, maybe, I mean, it is, And then I went into Gmail again, and it's already 40 seconds, and it's still telling me I'm not going to be allowed to cancel my, web page because of, whatever saving. But you get the idea. Chloe's been kind of bummed out. I've been depressed, and I'm depressed because my computer's in the shop. I've been looking at a repair. I've been also meaning to go talk to Dinky about my next Christmas birthday present. It's not going to be a laptop this time, it's going to be a desktop or a TV. But, I've been depressed over other issues, and, like I said, it's not Dinky's fault for getting angry about, me sending the videos. The thing is, I thought she'd like to learn how to cook prime rib Aaron style, the Yorkies. But, whatever floats her boat, it's not going to upset me. It just upset me where she said crap, and it's like, well, I never thought Aaron stuff's crap. I mean, it'd be like if, like I said, her husband, my cousin died, and she sent me stuff, and I'd be like, what am I watching this shit for? It's all shit, even the author's shit, then I'd be offending her, and it just hurt me too. Inside, that someone hurt me by internally hurting me because, my cousin, I know she doesn't mean to hurt me. She's happy her family from Texas is visiting, but she's got to realize, that guy that was with me 11 years, my man, he was my man, and he is not shit. I mean, she loves his steaks, so I know she didn't mean it, and, I accept, my mind is, saying, what the fuck, you don't talk bad about Aaron. Aaron is the fucking bomb, Now, when it comes to the thing about, like I said, the whole thing with Chloe being depressed, she's been depressed on a lot of fronts. She wants me to game with her, but my gaming rig isn't around, so I got to talk to Dinky about getting a new gaming rig. Finding something that can actually play games. I might talk to Commander Ayanami and ask a couple questions today about gaming rigs and see she thinks would be available at this one website for desktops and go from there. I mean, I really think if I'm going to be paying some good money, I might as well get a decent computer by my birthday that's badass that can smoke away a lot of the competition. And my current desktop's quad core that's designed for D4 or D3 and D4, so technically it's fine. It's just I need something that's better. I mean, I haven't seen any games that require 6 gigs gaming cards yet, so it's like they're developing it for But anyways, back to the gaming thing. So, anywho. So basically, Chloe's been upset about, this whole check cashing thing. To me, I'm like, look, I tried to explain to Chloe. Chloe realized, we'll do what we can. But the problem is Chloe's angry also, in her heart and depressed that her family doesn't listen to her. They do what they want, Chloe's mom said, oh, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, gift cards, fine. My PayPal is broken. That's great. But when it comes to, like Chloe told me today, her grandparents, it's like, they're old-fashioned, so be it. But the problem with grandmas is, I think Chloe tried to explain many times, postal money order works. I mean, we got one recently, and I was like, here, Chloe went cash and we got groceries and stuff, which was great. But again, it was easy because I just said, here, take it down there, and Chloe did it, and it was done. And so Chloe was happy about it. She was actually shocked that it actually worked, and literally, it was a benefit to have that, that thing. It's like the post office, as Chloe said, it was like a mini bank, where you don't even have to leave the island to go track down one bank and another bank to go cash them checks and then pay a check cashing fee. I mean, when you pay the $5 or $15 for $20 for your money order, you're paying for it that if in case you want to cash it out of post office, you can. So you're good. But the point is that's why money orders are easier to cash than any other money order out there. You buy like a Western Union money order, you can't cash it anywhere. You got to deposit into the bank or a MoneyGram money order. So the postal ones are the great. And so Chloe's just like, but I tried to explain to her out of depression. I said, look, your family's old-fashioned. Deal with it. But she's upset because, she's going to lose birthday money just to go cash this, not including ferry tickets, And she says, well, what if I'm hungry and I need something to eat? Then, I got to tap into my birthday or Christmas or Easter money, for example, and buy something to munch on, And she says, it's just a hassle. I mean, Chloe hates this island. I mean, she's got a legitimate reason to hate it. I mean, you live on an island where there's only an airplane or boat to get in or out. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, you want to go and get something for your birthday or Christmas and you get money. And it's like, I mean, yeah, she's like, with
2 people watching. Who are they?
I don't know. It could be spooks for all we know. Could be Jess too. Could be someone else. I mean, I know Dinky, my favorite peep's not watching because
or it could be initials GL.
Yeah. Well, who cares? Who cares? But no, I don't care who's watching. But you get the idea. I mean, Chloe's just chuckling about that, but the point is, she's been depressed over that. I mean, the other thing is Chloe's also depressed because, you can't blame her. She's upset because I'm sitting here supporting her for 3 years. She's waiting for disability. And she's sitting here in tears today going, at the park, she's like, and here at home going, it's not your responsibility, Rita, to go and buy me a ferry ticket to go cash 2 checks. I mean, it's just a hassle. And if we don't have the bus money, then we can't go anyways till payday. And I'm like, look, if you're really that worried about it, just sit on it for a while. Sit on these paper checks for a while till you really need the money. Just sit on it. I mean, what's the freaking point? In the meantime, wait for disability. I gave her my ideas. Now, the other reason she's kind of upset is Chloe was told to go buy what she wanted with her birthday money, right? Christmas money. Sorry, birthday is around the corner, which I'm looking at a present for her, but because I'm a nice girl. everyone knows I have a gold heart. I don't hold anything back from Chloe. I try to look after her, but at the times I also tell her she can leave at any time, and I ask her nicely because, I can't be tore up by being belittled and attacked and called names, or I'm an asshole or a bastard with badge or fake tits. I'm a man in a dress. I mean, literally. And, so when she says, oh, you're a bastard, I go, yeah, well, guess what? You're one too. And I'm like, I'm proud to be a bastard. And she just sits there and goes. So I've learned if she's gonna basically be bad and insulting, I'll just throw the insult back in her face and be like, yeah, and you're a bastard too. With Jim Carrey, I'll have some coffee too. You're a bastard too. She's looking at me like, fuck you. She's doing the McClunky thing from Harrison Ford with her hands right now. She's like, McClunky. What the fuck? Oh, you're playing Guild Wars with that? What's driving you nuts with your hands? The load times?
No. Just something on my head.
McClunky. Hey, Chloe, you got any of that good space shit around? Because I would really like to go to a far, far away galaxy when I'm done with this video.
Oh, I got my last night's login rewards.
Oh, wow. I tried making a joke and it just went
No.
through here.
Okay. What is it?
Let me say it again for the audience. Hey, Chloe,
Mm-hmm.
you got any of that good space shit? I'd like to go to a far, far away galaxy after I do this video.
No, I don't have any.
If anyone knows, it's Harrison Ford getting high with George Lucas the other day. It's a great video of McClunky and Baby Yoda. If anyone hasn't seen it, they got to see it. It's just too damn funny. But anyways, okay, so let me spill what's going on the other part of Chloe's depression. Now, it is depressing, but it's also understandable. Chloe wants me to get back into Guild Wars 2 with her. We've already mastered the entire maps and everything. I can't do anything more with Guild Wars without the expansions. Unfortunately, my gaming rig is not around, and I do not want to plan to use my desktop here to play it because my shoulders will be killing me for 30 minutes by sitting on a stool or laying on the floor. My body is getting too old. She knows that.
I was willing to put pillows and all that in a certain
anyways, the point is it would take a while and I'd have to buy it. And I'm waiting for my gaming rig because I like my chair. But my point is she's not just depressed about that. So the other day she was looking at buying some stuff. She wanted to get some games, okay, Xbox games, PS4 games, Switch games. She's into all of that. So I've been working on a project with her to keep an update pricing and keeping updates, right? The first thing she said is, which ones do we want? I said, well, I want these. She wants these. She wants these. I said, get what you want. Forget me. She said, okay. So I set it all up in a spreadsheet for her to purchase. Well, all of a sudden, she didn't tell me, the price kept changing. And so finally, the other day, she says to me, Rita, what is available right now? I'm just curious. So I go through the list of everything she wants because I've been updating it daily and she wants to place the order soon. Nothing's fucking available till after January 3rd. Everything is sold out that she wants. So that depressed Chloe. I said, don't worry. You want to get something for yourself to play, on your Xbox or, the PS4 or the Switch. I was thinking of getting your Switch. And she says, oh, yeah. So Chloe says, can you do the same project for me on Walmart? So I go, boop. Go through, check the stores, does a spreadsheet, and I have price updates all the time. So finally, she gets kind of cranky and she says to me, well, I'd like to do it this day. Oh, well, I'm not feeling too well. Well, I'm not feeling too well either. I don't really want to get up early in the morning, 5 in the morning to go to fucking, my sleeping schedule is let me sleep in the daytime and stay up at night. But like somehow after Christmas, after spending one day from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Christmas Eve, cleaning, working my ass off and cooking. I was preparing dishes and desserts and all this other shit. I mean, Chloe went through like 6 loads of dishes that day. I didn't do any of them. The next morning, when I got up, I had to start prepping for baking and everything else from 2 a.m. to 6 p.m. to when dinner was done. When I ate my meal and put the movie in, Chloe says I was out like a light at 7 p.m. Christmas or so. I didn't get up for 12 fucking hours. And then I was lagging. And Chloe's like, oh, do you want some coffee? And I'm going, yeah, I'll get it. Then that night, I went to sleep early in the like 9 o'clock in the morning or night, sorry. And I got up 10 hours later, trying to catch up on my Z's. My body was just too freaking exhausted. That's part what we call bipolar shock or bipolar burnout. So basically, Chloe's depressed because I go through the Walmart thing. I said, oh, this is this, right? Well, every day since Friday, this is Sunday, by the way, 2 days, 3 days, Chloe's been kind of depressed because, and it's understandable, she wanted to go and get some games for herself, and I've done the main list, for Walmart. Well, everything Chloe wants at Walmart sold out. So I contacted them. They said, oh, their deliveries is various, and they get deliveries every day. Check back every day. Well, Chloe's depressed because I could spend 30 minutes every day updating Amazon pricing, which I checked today, and it's still January 3rd. Or Walmart, which is sold out. So, it's stuff that she doesn't want. Stuff I wouldn't want either. Under Xbox, PS4, Switch. So I'm going. So Chloe's depressed about it. She has a right to be depressed because whatever she wanted sold out. Well, I tried to explain to her, that it's okay to be depressed over it. It's not the end of the world. I mean, you got to just plan your calendar to move for Friday. Well, but I also told her to do what she wishes when it comes to her birth or Christmas money because, to me, it's none of my business what she does with it. But to a lot of other people, they're fucking pissed off on the island and everywhere else because, Chloe's talks to people, friends of hers, and it gets back to other people. And they're like, oh, is it true Chloe's got them? It's like, none of my business. Well, Chloe, is getting upset because people are telling her, oh yeah, Rita spent like $30,000 on you in 3 years and you have no sympathy. You'll go buy makeup and hoodie dresses while Rita is struggling to keep you afloat with 12 cans of shaving cream and 20 bottles of shampoo and conditioner and 50 razor blades and whatever else, let me just say, I'm exaggerating on the numbers, okay, on that crap, but you get the point. Point is, and they're like, well, Rita's supplying the electricity. You're not even cleaning. You're not helping in any way, shape, or form. You should be ashamed of yourself. Chloe gets upset. It's like, I can understand why Chloe's depressed. I mean, literally, I'd be kind of depressed too, but I also would pull myself by the bootstrap, kick myself in the ass and say, enough's enough. Let's do this, and get things done. I mean, we have this place about 75% clean except for the wall here. We got some stuff loafing around a book here. Chloe's Bible. She never reads it. I got this Bible for her for free to learn. And how I did it, I wrote the manufacturers and they sent us Bibles and others sent us Bibles. And I've been reading the Bibles because some of the Bibles are too hard to understand. This one is just perfect for Chloe. She understands. She's like, ow, what is this mean? And I explained to her, and she's like, oh, okay. But, the thing is I'm trying to teach her the Bible, and, etc. But, but I can understand why Chloe's getting depressed. I mean, she has a right to be depressed. Everything's sold out. Well, what the hell, I was offered an Alexa. What do they call those? The Echo Dots. Me and Chloe were offered a couple Echo Dots. It's like $20. I pre-ordered them. And I was like, oh yeah, $20. It's a special of the day. Then they offered us an Echo Show 8, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cheap. I'll grab one of those too. Then they offered us an Echo Show 10. 10. So I was like, oh yeah. So finally, I waited, and I finally went to Amazon, and I'm like, look, you didn't take the money out for it. Chloe was kind of depressed because we were gonna hook a camera up and watch the door, and it was dirt cheap. I mean, the whole setup was really cheap. Oh well, we took so many orders, it'll be 3 to 4 months till we can replace it, including the new Echo Dot with clock. I'm going, you gotta be fucking kidding me. If you're basically giving it to the deal of the day for everyone, and everyone's sucking them up, then what's the fucking point? well, if you wait patiently, we'll debit your card as soon as it's ready in 3 to 4 months. I'm like, fucking cancel. I mean, literally, we were bummed. I mean, literally, they're not going to deliver. But, you know, and I'm like, look, I'm a fucking Prime member. You know what I mean? We're Prime members. And that brings us to the other problem, you know, that I want to talk about. I tried to convince, control is a bad word, convince Chloe to control her temper. That's what I was saying, control her temper by getting mad, cuddle them up, get mad, put on Amazon, get mad, put on Stars or HBO or Showtime or Disney Plus or watch whatever. Listen to some movies from Spotify or iHeartRadio. But you, guess what? It doesn't work that way. She can blow her stack on anything. And I've been trying to comfort her. And it's not easy. Literally, it is fucking uneasy. It is uneasy and I'm miserable. Literally, I am miserable on it, you know. I mean, literally, I've been depressed because, you know, on other issues. And to me, I'm like, look, you know, and Chloe's always asked me every damn day, you know, when I get out of bed after 7 in the morning, she's like, Rita, did we get an email yet? I'm like, did we get an email? Yes, from, you know, because I got mail notification. So I get an email that comes right up and it says, this is what's coming into your inbox, you know, every day. So I click on it, I'm like, oh, USPS emailed me. And I'll click and Chloe's like, all of a sudden I show some like Christmas card from Chloe. Chloe's like, yes, I got a Christmas card. Woo! Maybe there'll be something good in it. And I'm going, good for you. Nothing from Social Security yet, dear. Oh, well, I hope they do it soon. Well, they're investigating. They're investigating and see if she's disabled with 20 reports. Then they got to compile it. I mean, I went through papers like this yesterday. It was that thick. My safe door can barely fit open with all her records in there. She's like, so, you know, so I told her, you know, to not be depressed over stupid things. Social Security will be on their time. I told her that. I said not to dwell on Walmart selling out. I mean, do we really need to go to Walmart? No. I mean, literally, what am I going to go there for? Yes, I got a hole in my ass. You can see that right there. I got a hole in my ass right there. But you know what? At least I'm wearing blue panties. Okay, but I'm wearing these special pants here. But my point is, you know, that I told Chloe not to be depressed over something that can't be done. She's blaming herself for not going to Walmart sooner. It's like, look, I got a cold. I'm fighting a cold. I don't want to get anyone sick. I'm staying home. She understands that. I mean, we can't do anything anyways till payday anyways. We don't have ferry money. And even if we did, we're still basically screwed. So, you know, because, you know, it just takes too long. And the reason I'm talking to you all about what's going on also is it depresses me to go off island. I mean, I've tried to explain this to Chloe. I've done spreadsheets over spreadsheets over spreadsheets while waiting for my computer to be repaired and delivered back to me. I've showed her how to save money at Walmart. If you go there and you got to basically make sure you buy enough stuff to make it worth your while. Like I said, if you buy a shitload of frozen pizzas and you put them in our cooler, that'll pay for both our fucking ferry tickets. See, if you buy one single frozen pizza on the island station, you're paying $2.50 for the fucking pizza, Totino's party pizza. You go to Walmart and you pay $4, you get fucking 4 pizzas for the same price. So, so $10 for 4 pizzas, you know, and it's 4, you save 6. So my ticket's covered. And then you buy some more, and you buy more, and you stack them up, you save more money. And then you go and buy whatever Chloe wants, and you stack it up in the little cart that we have. You save money. Fortunately, you got to make it worth your while and buy lots of stuff in the bulk. Or if you know what you're buying and you know you can get it better on Amazon, you order everything on Amazon and just buy frozen foods at Walmart and you still save a bunch of money. And if you buy only frozen foods at Walmart, you just buy another cooler. I mean, I saved about $60 by getting our cooler at Walmart. You know, instead of paying $90 for the same size cooler because it's huge, it's on wheels, we paid like $30. So I was like, woohoo, yeah, you know, and I loaded it up. But I learned that you don't break down the ice either. Chloe just broke all the ice down and dumped it all in there. And, well, I have to clean the cooler and air dry it and everything afterwards because, to me, you don't break ice down unless you're loading the bottom up with ice and then throwing in like 50 cans of soda to stay cool. So, you know. But anyways, I tried to explain to Chloe not to be depressed over, these little things. I tried to explain to her that things will get better. I mean, literally, you can't blame freaking the holidays. I mean, look, here's how I see it, okay? I have justification like Aaron. People say, oh, Rita, you're a saint. Aaron was a saint. My justification is a lot different, you see. With me, I justify, maybe Dinky had a bad day and she was cranky about Aaron, and Aaron's video, or it was a different damn fucking story, maybe it's something else she doesn't want to know, but you know what, I can see, we all have a problem, so I wanted to share that with you all. So to me, I wanted to share that, with you. But out of love for you all, it's a justification. With Chloe, she has a justification to be upset. But also, I told her the justification counter her upsetness is, look, you may be upset you can't do anything right now with your gift cards that you want or your checks because everything's sold out. But I said, look, give it some time. You can have everything you want. I said, you got to remember it's the holidays. Either there's after Christmas sales, before Christmas sales, whatever sales, and things fly off the shelf. People want to buy these things and have it shipped home or whatever. So I said, just relax. Don't worry about it. I mean, literally. And, you can't dwell on these things, because eventually it gets to the point where everything works out in the end. I mean, it's like, it's like other things, literally, you just gotta basically be, happy and open-minded, and not worry about these things, but Chloe, she'll worry about everything. I do too, but I don't worry about like a lot of different things, me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I mean, literally I was worried about a few things and nope, we're good, we're good to the month, and my family's like, oh, are you okay with this or that? Yeah. They always say, oh, if you're out of shit tickets, message them. It's like, no, I'm good. I mean, I make sure we have plenty, but, the thing is a lot of people say, oh, you have a gold heart, you're being taken advantage of, and other people do this or other people do that. And to me, it kind of upsets me, because I feel at times I'm being used and abused. I mean, literally, Chloe's like, look, I've been asked to leave nicely, Mom. I take, I'm spending Rita's money, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay. It's like Chloe basically told me, her mom doesn't care if she's financially abusing me. And it's not really a financial abuse. What it is taking care of two people is really doing a toll on myself, literally. And it's hard. I mean, literally, it is totally hard to take care of two people. I mean, literally, I have family members yell at me, oh, how many hams do you have? I got plenty of ham. I'm like, yesterday, I went to the food bank, and they gave us plenty of ham. And I was like, woohoo! And they gave me cake, and they gave me stuffing, and they gave me cranberry salad. Another big meal. And like today for lunch, we ate leftover ham. We had a smoked ham that the butcher gave us, and I'm making soup out of the other, and to make sure we eat. And Chloe's upset because I'm supporting her, and because I'm supporting her, people are helping me out. They're like, oh, you need a winter's coat. Oh, you need a new shirt. Oh, you want some thigh-high hooker boots. You want some sexy garter belts or whatever else. So they're offering me all these things. And Chloe's kind of getting cranky because, they're offering it to me. That's like, look, they're offering it. And Chloe's like, do they like me? And I'm like, well, yeah, they like you. Chloe thinks that they only like her as the town goof or, the local amusement, to laugh at. And that's like, no. I mean, literally, I mean, well, it's not the way it is. I mean, I, on the other hand, I've been trying and trying and trying, and yet it doesn't work. I mean, so, but my point is like I said, is I've just been having a lot of hassle and heartbreak already, for, this issue, and it's hard. It literally is hard. And like I said, I don't blame my family at all. They're awesome people. But, I also, wonder, honestly, and Chloe's upset about that too, because, Chloe was telling me she was depressed on another. I said the only way she can fix that is that she fix it inside herself. She's like bitching about how she doesn't have an income, and every dime that she gets, she sucks up and she hoards it, or she buys what she wants or what she needs. And lately, she's been looking as an adult. She's not like the little wee children. It's like, oh yeah, I want to get you, buy. Instead, she's sitting there going, oh well, maybe it's Destiny that Walmart sold out or Amazon sold out. She's like, Whereas I've been trying to teach her. It's like living in an RPG world where, you work and you work and you work, you save your money and you buy something better. And I tried to explain that to her. I mean, and so to me, I've been trying to teach her that. And I said, look, maybe this is destiny telling you, hoard what you have. Don't spend it. Or, here's an emergency, within a certain time frame, hold on to your money, a paper check or whatever, until you know what you're doing with it. And then, it's because, but she turns around and gets depressed. She says, look, my family comes and does these things for me for Christmas and stuff. She's like, I get all this, but she's all in tears. She's like, and you're still basically paying for everything. And she's like, it's wrong. And I said, look, if you think it's wrong that I'm paying everything and you're getting gifts, I said, maybe you need to basically look deep down for the answers. I mean, I even told her today, look for the answers and figure out why you get triggered or this, and then have intermittent explosive temper disorder where you blow up over, me sitting there trying to have my morning coffee and she's rumbling on and on and on about her dad who, she thinks her dad, oh, my dad, everyone thinks my dad's a woman and they worship my dad and my dad's a man. I'm like, look. I said, your problem is your dad never paid child support, I think. And from what I gather, no child support. So technically, you have a beef with him and you have a legitimate gripe. And so to me, like I told Chloe, that's one of the triggers. The other thing is all these people, and I'll tell you another trigger that's upsetting Chloe is her transitioning. She's at a stalemate. And the reason for it is you go to these clinics throughout Washington. You're in a place and you're like, yeah, I'd like to get seen and get counseling and get help and see psychologists and psychiatrists and therapists and get my letters. Well, we don't know how to write the letters. Well, here's a copy of it. Go ahead and write it. Oh, we got to get permission from her. They block her all the way. They block everyone. You got to go through a private practice, private therapist at $150 to $300 an hour just to get your fucking letters when they're ready to give them. And then you got to go through their recommendation for a psychologist or psychiatrist to get those letters. So in the end, you got to go through all this just to get your letters. Like I had to pay out of my own pocket. And to me, I can understand when she's sitting there and she sees some girl on Facebook, oh, yeah, I've been my vagina in 6 months. Woo, look at me. And Chloe's sitting there going, you fucking cunt. I've been fighting it for 10 years and I'm not getting it, And I'm like, well.
Instead, all I get is Twinkie. Instead, say brag to me, like, oh, look, I get my vagina, so you know what? I'm like, well, then I deserve mine. But yet, I get Pat Twinkie, where like, oh, what's that gonna do for you?
Well, yeah, it's like, what's a vagina gonna do for you? Are you gonna use it to have a dick in you?
What's a job gonna do for you?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Let's just talk about that for a second. I was at a mental place with Chloe, and I was quiet, and they asked me to leave the room, and I said, Chloe's like, no. All of a sudden, they're sitting there, what's a sex change gonna do for you? What's breast implants gonna do for you? What's facial femme gonna do for you? What's a job gonna do for you? And then I turned around and I said, right in front of Chloe. Chloe was a witness. I said, what's fucking drinking that fucking cherry Pepsi gonna do for you? While eating that bag of chips gonna do for you? While scarfing down those Twinkies gonna do for you? While me and Chloe's fucking hungry. The lady looked at me like, I said, you are fucking unprofessional. Chloe said,
Hispanic. I was like, what's this country? What's being in this country illegally going to do for you?
I mean, literally, that's the way it is. I mean, I had a guy turn around one day, right? And Chloe's in there talking about her mental illness in the front desk. And he's like, well, you could talk about that in a couple weeks when your Medicaid's changed. And I turned to Chloe and I said, when you get your Medicaid changed, maybe you should go back to Catholic Charities. And she says, I think Catholic Charities would be a good place to go because what's going through you going to do for me? And the guy looked at us like, with his mouth hanging. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, literally, that's when she came back from the homeless shelter. And she's like, yeah, I mean, she literally let the fucker have it. I mean, and then one hospital contacted me. It's like, we tried to get her into Confluence. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't realize that they don't take her fucking Medicaid, so she got stuck going. So you discharged her with no outpatient care, fucking twats. I mean, literally, these people are fucking jackasses. I mean, the mental health system there, right? Confluence, they basically turned around and told Chloe to her face that her mom's a lying son of a bitch, that she was not diagnosed with ASD, autistic spectrum disorder, Asperger's. She's completely and thoroughly borderline, not bipolar. But the clinics all put in bipolar because that's what Jefferson in Ohio put in. It's bipolar, not autistic. But then when we got our records from Jefferson, it said, quote, unquote, she might possibly be diagnosed Asperger's, not autistic spectrum disorder, Asperger's. So the whole thing is on the secondary, if it is Asperger's, she can get on disability with no questions asked. Unfortunately, they're saying that she needs to have ASD, autistic spectrum disorder. So one doctor claims that she's got ADHD. She had attention deficit, whatever it is, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Then she should be on disability. I've never seen ADHD in her at all. I mean, literally, it just doesn't make fucking sense. I mean, literally. And then, I mean, and you know, and so to me, it's like, you know, not good. I mean, you know, with her borderline, she's got general anxiety, major depressive, Asperger's, gender identity dysphoria, etc. You know, she's got a whole list. She's good. Fortunately, they got to make the decision. You know, and you know what the real problem is with the mental places. I was on the phone the other day because the guy checked in with us about Chloe's record and says, "Oh yeah, we're working on it. You know, we have it all. You know, the determination." And I said, "Hey, when Chloe gets approved on SSDI, which is what you guys are putting her through, she will lose Medicaid. Is that correct?" And the guy said, yes. So even if she lost Medicaid, she wouldn't be able to get treatment for her borderline. So she's stuck with no meds and no psychological help. The guy says, "Oh, let me put you on hold." And he gets back to me and says, "You're correct. See, Medicare only pays for inpatient. Outpatient, no one takes it Medicare because Medicare always stiffs people. They could charge $600 a session for a psychologist, and Medicare may be $50, and then the Medicare recipient, there's a Medicare charge off, which Medicare might charge $500 off the top to let them take a $100 appointment, which then the psychologist is like, well, when my contract's up with Medicare, I'm not taking Medicare. So next thing you know. So technically, it's a big conundrum and complicated issue. So it's like, you know, for example, you know, like my breasts were $25,996.94. The charge off was $25,000 and something, and then this, and this. So in the end, I had to pay $700. My face was like $300,000, and it came down to like $3,000. So you get the idea. So the charge off, no one wants to do it. So mine, I was an experiment for the face, but you get it. My lower surgery is $125,000. They had to charge off $122,000. Well, in the end, the surgeons don't really want to take Medicare. Medicaid's worse. Medicare will come in and say, oh, you know, you're going to do a vaginoplasty for Chloe and give her a vagina. We're going to pay you $500 for that vaginoplasty with hospital. The hospital's going, no, we don't want that. But then they say, oh, well, you know, people say it's medically necessary, and then they get rammed down it. And then on the end, they're like, well, we'll take, you know, each state's a little different, but Washington's notorious. So they're trying to find a doctor that does breasts or whatever in, you know, in Oregon or Idaho. They'll take it, but it's very rare that they will actually get it all approved because you got to jump through so many damn hoops to get Medicaid pay. It's not funny. I mean, it's like California. They're not wanting to cover facial femme, but at the same time, you got to jump through like 500,000 hoops, and then you might get it. And by the time you get through it all, they might say, well, there's not enough facial femme. We're just going to pull it out, and you don't get facial femme anymore. Bye-bye, 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 you know. And
then you get all these men in dresses who somehow get it. Somehow they manage to get it.
yeah, and that's
And then
why.
they brag about it.
And then you get like, you know, other people that watch, you know, they get the facial femme and they're like, oh, yeah, look at me. I'm a former Navy SEAL. I got facial femme. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Too bad you don't get it. And these girls are like, well, you know, oh, well, I've seen other people getting it. Well, it depends on the insurance. But with the, you know, the Medicare, the Affordable Care Act mandate where it says you got to have insurance, it was unconstitutional. So now that's unconstitutional. Insurance companies are trying to backdoor that they don't have to pay. And then you got all these advocates saying, oh, well, we need this. You save lives. No, it doesn't save lives. If I could live 20 years and fight like hell to get my breasts, then my face, and then my lower, waiting 20 years without even thinking of committing suicide, then the rest of the people can wait 20 years to get it too, because it's not going to kill them to wait around being a female with a dick. Sorry to say. It's like the other day, you know, one girl's like, well, we tranny women are real women. We're more real women than real women. And we need to be in beauty pageants. No, you don't. You don't need to sue the shit out of people because they say real women.
How about some of the older ones who want to get so much work done to look 14 or to look 14 and then demand they get to relive high school because they wanted to relive their life as a teenage girl because they thought they were gypped from that their whole life.
And then those are the ones that need to be fucking locked up in a mental hospital because I would consider them fucking pedophiles because they want a fucking 14-year-old dick in them.
Yeah,
Sorry to say it doesn't work. They're fucking insane.
They're a 14-year-old boyfriend who they think is for them.
I'm sorry, if you're a 55-year-old man that go in and look like you're 14 years old and have all this work done, it's happened. And then you go back to school to get a 14-year-old dick in you. I'm sorry to say it in negative ways on YouTube, but then you are considered, in my opinion, a pedo bear.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, you're a pedophile. You're basically a pedophile that found a way to get a 14-year-old when you're supposed to be 18 or over. And then they want to lie and say they're 14 when they're fucking really 55, you know, with all this work done. I'm sorry to say it doesn't work. You're still fucking screwing yourself over left and fucking right. You are always going to be a dude. Your chromosomes are going to be X, Y.
Mm-hmm. But they don't want
They don't care. They just want to bend the rules to their own rules and say, you know, and there's a guy that's trying to say if you could change your sex and be accepted as a woman, then he wants to change his age to be fucking a teenager again. Sorry to say, it doesn't work that way. They're all fucking assholes. Sorry to say, they're sick assholes. I mean, literally, you can't change your birth date and you can't change your death date. When you're dead, you're dead. If you're 60 years old, you stay 60. Even if you've had all the work done, you know, you can pass, but still, you're not going to be classified as a real woman. And that's where the women out there, I mean, I've seen people say, oh, well, Rita, you're so stupid. Your Facebook post is so dumb. No, it isn't. It basically speaks the truth. If you fucking deceive a guy and you get murdered because the guy finds out that you're not really fucking 18 and you're 55 and you got a fucking, you're 55 or 60 and you've had this work done, then and you get killed or you get the shit kicked out of you, then honestly, you fucking deserve it. You deserve being your ass beat because, frankly, it's what it is.
If you're a 60-some-year-old guy and you date a 14-year-old boy just to fill your fetishes because, you know, you want them, you know, because you want to relive high school. The thing is, you know, that guy's parents or his dad will probably kill you.
Well, exactly.
Or if you hang out with his daughter and have a sleepover, he'll still kill you.
So you're a 55-year-old guy trying to be an 18-year-old or 14-year-old girl, and you're not. You're a fucking 55-year-old. You're a sick motherfucker, which means you're fucking mentally ill in the head, which means you're making all the transgender people look bad.
Yeah.
It's like I said in my video, my post here, where it says, you know, there's a lot of butt ugly, non-passable trans women out there, 40 to 60, that get fucking bigger tits than they need, and they think tits will attract the guy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear it.
And then they demand facial fem because they're too damn butt ugly. And a guy looks at not after what's between your legs or your fucking chest. They look at your face. If you're attractive, you're blonde, maybe brunette. They're more interested in the face than fucking some large, ugly man with a fucking beard or a 5 o'clock shadow with big tits. And,
That's why they want facial fem. Oh, here's another thing. You know how I said they want to look so young because they want to relive high school. You know what? If I was given some sort of curse, if someone cursed me and when I was like physically a teenager again, do you think I want to go to high school again? No.
Facial fem.
If I was changed into a teen or preteen, I'd find a way to change back into an adult, but I'll still live my life as an adult because, you know, I've lived long enough to earn the right to live at the age I know I am.
Like I said, the biggest tits don't attract a man. A vagina doesn't attract a man. It's the face and your personality. If you're fucking, you know, an ugly looking man who wants all this done so you can try to get a guy, you're doing it because you're fucking lazy and you want fucking security. A guy does not want to fucking marry a former dude, okay? And that's the plain and simple. So you're going to be an ugly looking woman. Just accept it and move on. Now, the third thing I said again was,
it'll be old and crusty, but accept it, you know?
Well, yeah, and then here's the other thing. Again, I said, you know, transgendered people out there are destroying the community, the genetic women, because I went into a ferry once on a shuttle, and I had to use the bathroom, and I saw a guy come out wearing something like this, a belly button. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a real woman." This lady with her daughter was washing her hands and her son. They rushed out. She went to find her husband, and then I'm sitting down with Moppy, and she goes, "What is it with people like that?" I said, "They're destroying the community. They're basically walking in and bragging that they can't be touched because they got a taco and they can sit there and look at a genetic woman." She says,
because
"I said
it fulfills their fetish to look at a woman." And turns them on, and they get away with it because of the surgery. That's the wrong reason to get the surgery.
And on top of that, they want to be taken care of. No fucking old fuddy-duddy fucking 60-year-old should be taken care of by that. They want to be a cougar. They're not a cougar. They're a fucking Wolverine, basically, in women's clothing, you know. And, you know, they're basically doing it, you know. And I've got a lot of girls and I talk all the time, genetic women, that say agree that the taxpayer shouldn't pay for it. Doesn't save fucking lives. It's just a fetish. They're under the 7 types, you know. I mean, if you bleed and you can have a baby, you're a woman. If you can't bleed, you're not a woman. You're just a fucking man pushing it on everyone else that you want to be a woman. I mean, look at me. I'm a woman. I don't... You know, I'm an abnormal woman. I do dip. I smoke cigars. I smoke a pipe. But you know what? There's women out there that spit and chew and smoke pipes and cigars, drink brandy, and loves themselves as who they are. They love themselves like me. That is why I, you know, am who I am, you know. And like I said, you're not entitled to get a man. You're not entitled to have sex with a man. You're not entitled to, you know, even if you pass, you're not entitled to a guy to stick your dick in you. Because a lot of the times I've been to, 20 years ago plus, I was going to sport groups. And they're all talking, "Well, I got my vagina, and it's a big fucking ugly trucker. I'm going to have a big old dick in me, and I'm going to have sex all the time." And I'm thinking to myself, no, picture this.
They'll come to people like us like, "Oh, I got my vagina, I get to use a women's restroom. If I ever catch you in a women's restroom, I'm going to report you for rape. I'm going to yell rape."
The thing is I've had that happen a couple times in another country, and the guy got basically thrown out, basically, and it's not right. I mean, literally, the thing is, a big trucker dude getting a vagina, big broad shoulders. No fucking guy wants them. Literally, they don't want them. They look at them, they're like, ugh, it's a former dude. I don't want to take care of a former dude. You know, again, sex change doesn't,
sue the guy.
you're basically, if you have a sex change, you get rid of your tallywhacker, you're still a man with an inverted tallywhacker. That's all you are. You cannot ever change your chromosomes.
Like my dad.
And then again, the perverts out there think that cisgendered women wear pantyhose. They don't wear pantyhose all the time anymore. They wear other clothing. The trans women are taking away so many damn clothing choices that we have to change all the time.
Leggings because they think that leggings are not sexy and leggings make a woman look more manly. Or it's just like, I live in leggings. The thing is, I live in leggings most of the time. I live in leggings. You know?
People look at me and they say, "You're not wearing a dress. You're not a woman." Well, you know what? If you want to be a fucking woman and wear a fucking dress when
wear
it's
a short dress, show off your legs. I'm like, okay.
You know what I say
I'll
to
wear
that?
a short dress. You know what I do? I wear that short, sexy dress anyways, but I wear leggings with them too. Like, here you go.
You know what I do? I'll tell you what I do when they say, "Oh, you're not a woman. You don't wear dresses." I go, "Oh, really?" And I look at it. I know a lot of cisgendered women that I'm always run into around all over the place. They're like, "Hey, Rita, how you doing?" I'm going, "Not bad." And they hear, "Well, you're not a woman. You don't wear a dress. You're a man." And I go, and then my friend's getting ready to say something. And I go, "Yeah, well, if you want to say dresses make a woman, then you're fucked up in the head, because I'm not going to fucking wear a dress at 0 below degrees with a wind chill of fucking 20 below because you want to fucking wear a dress and wear a pair of pantyhose, because even with pantyhose, it's thin layer and your legs are still freezing."
Okay, so you know what I had one time? It was chilly. It was kind of cool. I lived in Arizona. Arizona winters, aren't really warm all the time. Sometimes they get cold. I had, people that I was living with like, "Well, you're not a real woman. You have to wear a dress to this event. You have to wear a sexy dress to events." Like, okay, then fine. Even though it's cold, so I put on a sexy dress with a pair of black slacks underneath of it, and I was wearing 2 layers of button-up, those button-up sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing those, and here's my sexy dress. But I'm also here's my sexy dress. I found a way to quote unquote dress sexy for you guys and keep myself warm. Like, well, that's not how you wear the dress. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just want to be warm.
Well, exactly. I mean, literally, these things, the thin pantyhose or even thick tights with a wind chill of 15 below, you're still going to fucking freeze. And these fucking dumbasses don't realize, "Oh, well, you're not." If you walk everywhere like we do, I'll wear a dress during the warm months or a skirt, but I won't wear a fucking dress in the cold months. I mean, or the rainy months, because frankly, you could be wearing a dress and heels, and what happens? You have a service dog, and he's got to take a shit on the lawn. You got to go pick it up, so you got to bend over, and by the time you look, your white tights got green stuff on the lawn, and then you got a stain on your tights. You can't get out. So to me, it's not right.
I tried pantyhose once, and it did not work for me because they kept tearing my feet. My feet don't like pantyhose. They get caught, they get torn. It's like I wear them once, and they're just they're no good anymore. So I was like, fuck it. Fuck it. I don't want to wear these ever again. Plus, my legs are overheating.
Well, I mean, it just depends on, these girls these days. "Oh, a black pair of hose is sexy, and you need to be fucking sexy and hot, and you got to get a man to stick it in your dick." Wearing a sexy dress with black hose and heels does not turn a guy on. It's your personality for the most part. Maybe you have a nice rack or a beautiful face, but you know what? If he even inclines that you're a man, he's going to stay away from you. And there's a lot of girls out there that pass.
Oh my goodness. I was forced to work when I was in one of those houses, right? I had to work. Even though it was extremely hot in the summertime, I still had to wear a bra at all times. I was like, really? Seriously? You understand how uncomfortable this is in this heat?
Well, yeah, let me put it to you this way. A lot of girls out there, they think wearing a bra makes you a woman. Having boobs does not make a woman. They just, if you're a tranny, they put implants in you. Unless you have you're fat, ugly, and you develop these naturally, they put in implants, and implants don't make a woman. Woman and implants don't make a woman. Plain and simple. These don't make a woman. The vagina doesn't make a woman. It's what's here that counts. How you present yourself. I mean, literally, you don't fucking, wear a bra. And people sit there. I mean, I know a lot of cisgendered women that have implants, right? End of the day, after work, they'll take off their bra, hang it up on the door, go, be free, my pretties.
Oh, I do it a lot too. I just really can't be like much.
I mean, literally, the point I'm making is, I know a lot of cisgendered women that take their bras out. Bras don't make a woman. Boobs don't make a woman. A vagina doesn't make a woman. A lot of people out there don't realize that. A lot of trannies that have passed very well. The guys want a passable tranny so they can deceive their family, but also so they can experiment with a girl with a dick. But if they get rid of their dick, like escorts or call girls, then they don't want to have sex with you. They might think you're a pretty girl, but they want a girl with a fucking dick. Plain and simple.
They want to have someone who has natural genitalia, no matter what it is, as long as it's natural, not man-made.
Exactly, and they also want someone maybe that they can have a baby with and get married. And a genetic woman knows how to stand by their man better. Most of these trannies are fucking closeted gays, or they're fucking on the spectrum of doing it for the laziness. They do it so they can be taken care of. Or you got the ones that are the true trans, which is hard to tell because the true trans are getting the flack, where the gays and the lazy are doing it, or the victims, or the attention seekers. All these people are doing it for these reasons, and they're doing it wrong.
And they get what they want. Well, those of us who are true type or the biological error or the psychological error, we get shit on. We get treated the worst because they think we're the problem. They think, well, we're the problem because they consider everyone to be true trans. There are a lot of people out there consider everyone to be true trans. Well, if we have to punish that man over there in a dress, we have to punish you too, otherwise it'd be unequal. Unequal?
Well, yeah, like she said. But also, let me tell you a story.
It's more like stereotyping. We're being stereotyped heavily.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you a story. I was transitioning 20 plus years ago. Before I got hormones, I had a therapist who told me I would never pass as a woman. I would never be a woman. I better just give up and stick a dick in a girl. I had another girl therapist that got canned for giving me letters saying I'm safe to use the bathroom. We had to have letters back. And nowadays, you can be a fucking bearded guy, shave his beard off, say he's tranny, and then go into the women's room without hormones and live as a woman while waiting for hormones. Back in the day, you needed a fucking safety letter to get anywhere, part of the Harry Benjamin standards of care. Well, then, on top of all of that, I was told I would never pass, and I'm mentally ill. Then, when I went to my first transgendered group on MSN, Microsoft Network at the time, a trans chat room, for hours and hours, they all told me to be a man and stick my dick in an inverted penis. I refused. I had a girl that took me in, my wifey Fiona, and I superseded them all. Been on hormones for 20 fucking years. Waited patiently, waited. Every year I did research to see if Medicare would pay for surgeries. It didn't. I waited. I bided my time. I got moody. I got depressed. Aaron got me through it. Next thing you know, in 2014, I did research. Rumor has it they were going to pass it and say GID is covered. From 2014 to 2015, I spent a year emailing every breast surgeon in America, every facial surgeon in America, every gender surgeon in America. They didn't know anything. In 2015, I got an email from a doctor saying he wanted to try it, but I had to go to Lincoln, Nebraska for my breast. That was the first surgery. I went to Lincoln, Nebraska. What happened? We tried. Insurance paid. Barely.
Well done.
After that, 4 months later, I went to talk to, again, in between Lincoln, I talked to every facial surgeon. None could do it. It was cosmetic. One doctor says, let's try it. Got it through. All of it done. Facelift, everything. Done. Aaron died. Doctor said, I'm sorry Aaron died, but if this doesn't go through insurance, I'll pay out of my own fucking pocket. Again, went through. Then after that, I went to a consult, and I pushed the doctor to give me a surgery date before I had the hair removal completed. And in that between January of 2017 to February 2018, 13 months, 13 sessions of hair removal, I went and got it, all the hair removal done in Oregon while hanging out with my family. Finally, February 1st, 2018, almost 2 years ago, surgery. 20 years of transitioning, getting myself corrected, fighting, paying out of my own pocket for letters, juggling my letters for my referrals, paying for Chloe, doing everything I can, and juggling the fact that Aaron died, taking care of my service dog, etc. I superseded everyone that told me I would never get anywhere in my transition. I tell Chloe all the time, don't let these little things put you down. If your dad passes well, his age might fail in 5 years. There might be a little string right there where Chloe might be like, what's this, Dad? And pulls it off, and his face is like looking like Darth Vader, you know.
And then his man face reappears like.
Well, yeah, exactly. See,
and his nose will come out like this. A man nose that just wiggles.
Well, yeah, exactly. So to me, you know, I mean, literally, I superseded it all. I told Chloe, don't let it get you down. You get on disability, you pay for your letters, your cover letters. You pay private practice, you'll get it. These people that do non-private practice that takes insurance, they're basically bound by the ethics to make money. They're not there to give you your letters. They're there to fucking medicate the shit out of you and tell you that you're bipolar, and you're bipolar, you can't have a sex change, or you're schizophrenic. I know a couple schizophrenic people that keep being on meds and say they're ready for the sex change. But these people that are medicated with schizophrenia are still classified as grandiose ideas, and they don't know what they are. That's fine and dandy. And then 20 years ago, they wouldn't let us. They wouldn't give us.
Outpatient places want to tell me that my transition is just a grandiose idea, and I need to detransition to get out of grandiosity.
I remember 20 plus years ago, the standards of care stated that you could not have a sex change if you had any type of borderline between neurosis and psychosis, which is the border for bipolar and schizophrenia, or if you're schizophrenic or schizoaffective, because it was a grandiosity idea, and therefore you don't know, you know, that's why the psychiatrists were finding out if you were a true trans back then. Nowadays, they'll give it to anyone. I tells you right there, there's a problem in the community right there. If they're just going to give.
I try to get diagnosis of my gender identity, they'll mark as that. They just mark it as schizophrenia or some mental illness that needs to be medicated. And they'll think with a bunch of meds, I'll want to be a man again.
Borderline people, meds don't work. We know this. Chloe's clearly in all types.
People transitioning with borderline.
Yeah, well, you talk for a second. I gotta go tinkle.
We'll talk. You know, I'm not on the same.
Yeah, you talk on people.
But people, not all people with mental illnesses should be punished. Oh, honestly, I think narcissists like my dad should not be allowed to transition. Well, they could, but if it's a narcissist, they'd have to see if they owe any like money or child support. If they do, they should know narcissists. A lot of them probably owe someone money and are keeping it from everyone.
No, back in the old days, when I was first transitioning, being born, who I am, they turned around and they used to say to me, if you're going to get a sex change, you can't be legally married to a woman. You have to be fully divorced because once you are legally all female, you can't marry but a man. Now you don't even need that. You can still be married and still have your sex
Who, the
change.
doctor said that?
The doctors and the standards of care and things. It was conflicting
Because
because
it was again, they're good skates.
no, it's because if you change your sex completely, the government basically, even if you had the full sex change, they had to recognize you as female. So technically, at the time, they couldn't be married to a woman because the government was not accepting homosexual marriage. So if you married a woman and you stayed with your wife and you had the sex change, then it's not a legal marriage because you had the sex change and you got rid of your dong. So
Which
technically,
is why all women.
and so you had to have a
husband got
divorce.
sex change, they were upset.
And so, and nowadays, a lot of people say, oh, well, my wife accepts me wearing pantyhose and being a woman and getting implants. Yeah, right now, but eventually your wife will fucking pack up and leave, too. I mean, 99% of them pack up and leave within 2 years of them getting the vagina because these tranny women get this harebrained idea one night to go out to a bar, get drunk, get laid, and then the wife finds out that they slept with a man and it felt so good having a giant cucumber in them, just saying. And next thing you know, they want more cucumber in them, and then they distance themselves from their wife and get a divorce. And when it goes to court, they say, oh, yeah, I have a half dick. I'm a real heterosexual female. I'm never a lesbian. The judge says, okay, well, if that's the case, we're granting money and everything to your wife. You can have dick all you want, but you're going to be paying for it. And they do. They pay through the fucking nose to the point
And
where
then
these
once
people.
their children have to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do is they try to get all spatial femme, change her ID, so a lot of them will change it so they go back to high school as teenage girls so they can avoid child support.
And then when they do find out, they end up fucking sitting in the mental hospital 10, 15 years afterwards because of it. I've seen it happen in other countries, and they get nailed big time. And then they're classified as a pedo, and they're like, oh, I'm not a pedo. I just want to live as a teenage girl because I'm a teenage girl. And they're like,
one time there was one school where a girl's prom queen, right? Junior prom queen. The following Monday, they were arrested, found out they were a former dude and they're in their 40s.
See? I mean, it happens. The point is.
And they fathered about 16 children.
That is where I classify them as purely a fucking fetish.
Their oldest child was about to be a college grad, and because of that, they didn't graduate that year that they're supposed to because the student tried to kill themselves because they found out what their dad did, and they spent a whole year at the mental hospital, and then when they got out, they had to restart that whole college semester to get their degree.
Yeah, and that is where I say it's fucking sick, literally. I mean, this is the stuff that I see all the time. And that is why I tell Chloe I'm not focusing on quote-unquote part of the community. I don't care.
Thing, their oldest child who had a good chance at college, this whole thing,
screwed up his life, yeah.
Screwed up their life to the point where they decided to fuck it, drop out of college even though they're close to getting their degree. Then you see them working, working these shitty ass jobs, and they start drinking and becoming drunks.
Well, yeah, and that happens because of what's happened. I mean, literally, I told Chloe one reason, I told my family Dinky this, I don't associate with the trans community. I don't classify myself as trans. I classify myself as full female, and I am for all purposes, am female. And so to me, I am what the cisgendered women. That's how I classify myself, cisgendered. And I basically am against these fuckers because the older ones, they think facial film is going to get them a guy. No, it's fucking, you want fucking security, and they'll do whatever you can to get security. You don't see Chloe sitting there going, oh yeah, I'm going to have security. I don't know. No, you know what it is? Chloe knows I'm on a fucking fixed income. I don't have fucking security. Literally. I mean, we're basically struggling every fucking month and every fucking month. in every fucking month. Why? Because we have to buy groceries. Chloe's realizing nowadays you don't go and fucking buy 20 bags of chips. That just equals less money on her food stamps. You need to buy food. Ramen? That doesn't feed you either. You can buy 8 cases of ramen and you're still not filled with food because you're eating salt and processed food that's not healthy for you. And then on top of that, so the thing is, I classify myself as female, and everyone tells me I act female. I mean, I had a friend of mine post on my notes that I am female, and she loves me no matter what. She messaged me and asked me what triggered this. Simple. The fucking triggers are the fucking people that sit there and ram it down the throat about sports. I'm sorry, but if you're fucking stealing away the cisgendered sports records, then you need a third class, which is for transgendered. If you want a fucking beauty pageant, transgendered pageant. But no, they want to make a point. This fucking one person wants to fucking work at wants to sue fucking these people in the beauty pageants. They can't accept the beauty pageant. Now they want to go after fucking what's that place called? Chloe Hooters. They want to go to Hooters because Hooters want genetic women who's got the tits. They don't want an ugly man with huge tits going, "Hi, my name is Marshall. I'll be your Hooters server today."
I see that most of our customers are redneck men.
Well, yeah, exactly.
NASCAR fans, guys who watch NASCAR and hunt.
Exactly. I mean, look, your father, your stepdad's probably a Hooters fan that likes NASCAR and hunts. I don't think he wants
to Hooters if there's one in town.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't think he wants to see some girl sitting there. "Hi, my name is Jamie. I'm your servant," big ugly fucking guy, and "I'm gonna be a Hooters servant." I'd be like, "Dude, I'm gonna leave now. I'm not going to go to have this man be my server."
My stepdad decided to take my mom out, and they decided to go to Hooters because my stepdad and my brother wanted to go to Hooters, right? I was like, "Okay, fine, we'll go to Hooters. I just won't look at the women." And then one of the employees there happens to be my dad as their server. "I'm not your lead. I'm your server."
I'd be getting up and leaving if that happened.
I don't know what my mom would do.
Your mom would probably misgender them and call them out. "You owe me child support."
And then she'd leave. Like, "Come on, we're leaving."
I mean, literally, that's the thing. I mean,
we'll go to Quaker Steak and Lube.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I agree completely. If you're a redneck and you go to Hooters, you have a reason to go to Hooters. You don't want to see a man with fake tits going, "Welcome to Hooters. My name is Jamie. I'm your server." No, I don't want to fucking.
And I have the biggest Hooters in the Hooters.
Yeah, I would be a bit getting up and telling the manager, "I'll go somewhere else for business. I'm not going to be fucking going there. I may be anti-trans, but I want a meal where I see a fucking hot, sexy blonde or brunette as my server, or even a guy wearing Hooters shorts instead of a fucking dude." Here's the other thing. Did you ever see, Chloe's seen the report. Does anyone here ever seen the fucking, where Hugh Hefner gave his wife, he had a 26-year-old wife, bless Hugh's life. He died recently, Hugh Hefner. But his wife turned around and put in a French or Italian tranny, right? Everyone took offense. Now, Tula was an exception. Caroline Cozy was an exception for Playboy. She was hermaphrodite. But they put in a tranny that's post-op that passes very well on Playboy. And 75% of the fucking men turned around on Facebook on their posts and Twitter and said, we're unsubscribing to Playboy. We want to jack off to a fucking genetic woman. We don't want a fucking former dude. The fucking former dude, the chromosomes male. You've made Playboy basically
jacked off to women in the past himself.
And then what happens? Soon as they did that, the lady apologized and tries to drum up support to get Playboy back in the position. You know what happened after that? The guys started subscribing to Hustler and Penthouse because they like the fucking women who are fucking nude. They don't want to pay for Playboy magazine, which has got clothing now. Sorry, but if you're covered, I wouldn't want to read fucking Playboy anymore if you're not fucking covered. Sorry to say, I'm lesbian. I like fucking seeing nude women.
Do you know there was a restaurant out there? There's a restaurant. You know, it's like, you know how guys like Hooters or okay, just go ahead.
Come on.
It's like Hooters tilted kilt, right? But instead of attracting male customers, it attracts female customers by having male waiters wearing like muscle tank tops and stuff like that, and where they only hire men who are good looking and have and who are pretty much built.
Well, it's like these female to males. I saw a couple female to males sue, and apparently they lost in the court system when they wanted to be a Chip and Dale. I'm sorry, but if you have a man-made penis, you're not supposed to be going in and trying to propose to work at Chip and Dale's, because Chip and Dale's is for women, genetic women who go in and put money in these male strippers. You could have a man-made dick, and they still know.
Because they want to finger themselves to a natural erect penis, not a man-made one that was from a vagina. They want to finger themselves to someone who probably fingered themselves before their transition.
Well, exactly, and I agree completely, but Chloe's completely right. I mean, literally, this is why the fucking community is going down the shit.
I mean, they
want to be represented as true men.
They don't want a guy at Chip. They don't want to finger themselves to a guy at Chip and Dale's who probably was a waitress at Hooters 5 years ago.
Well, exactly. You see, exactly. And that's the real problem out there is, you don't see many trans men actually trying to sue for rights.
Did you hear Ernie 10 years ago? Ernie worked at Hooters as a waitress. Was the hottest girl there. Please don't tell anyone I worked at Hooters. If anyone asks, I worked at a place that men work at.
And that's the thing. You don't see many trans men suing, but when they do, it's usually something like Chip and Dale's or some fucking, like, for example, if you have Playgirl magazine, again, Playgirl magazine, they wouldn't put a trans man because, they don't want girls don't want to finger themselves to a man-made penis. I mean, literally, that's the way the life works. And so technically, that's why the reality is a genetic woman wants a fucking genetic man's penis, where they don't got to sit there, pump it up, and be like, oh, hold on, honey. And they're pumping it up. I mean, literally, that's the problem with the fucking community. Community is simple. I mean, literally, Chloe is completely right there. I mean, it'd be like my cousin Dinky, for example. I mean, I don't talk about her much in my videos, but it'd be like her turning around and finding out, let's just say, she got a divorce, okay? Not likely, but she divorced my cousin. Found out she fell in love with this rich guy who she didn't know was a former dude, or former chick, let's just say. And they were having sex, maybe, and, same thing. Natural erected penises was what women want. My cousin would want that. My other cousins would want that. My sister would want it. They wouldn't want any of my genetic girls out there, that genetic family members, let's just say all of them, Dinky, all of them hypothetically would want a fucking natural fucking penis. They don't want a fucking pumped up one. And that's the fucking problem with this world. It's like fucking my cousin. If my cousin got a divorce, hypothetically, any of my cousins that are men, and they went out with a girl, and the girl had an inverted penis, and they were fucking them, I don't think any of them would want to fucking fuck an inverted penis. It'd make them feel like grimy, grody, and nasty because they had sex with still a dude with an inverted penis that passes. Or, like I said, my family members that are women having sex with a fucking former woman that has a man-made penis. They wouldn't want that because it'd make them feel grimy and grungy.
It's a pulled-out vagina.
Exactly. So to them, it would be the same fucking problem. The problem is simple. It would be that they wouldn't want it.
Did you know one time Ernie had a penis inside his penis when it was its original form? And did you know that Barbara stuck their vagina in a woman's vagina when it was its natural form?
Point I'm making is Chloe's right. I mean, literally, the way the world is if a man wants a tranny, it's usually because they want either a chick with a dick to experiment before they get out of it or whatever. I mean, literally, sometimes they want it because a tranny can't get pregnant or whatever, or they're hiding it from their family that they can't claim that they're gay, so they choose a chick with a dick and they convince their mom and dad that this is all a woman when they're fucking the former
that man will
dude, and
deceive his family. And even if the trans woman wants to be honest, he'll tell her to tell them that she's like when it comes to my family, you got to tell them you're biologically a woman. I don't want them finding out you're trans.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
that's how it works.
My family will disown me.
Well, see,
I feel like honesty would be the best thing to do. Eventually, if they disown you for being with me, then that's their loss. I mean, you can't control. You can't just hide people.
Exactly, and I agree completely with that statement. Literally, I agree 100% with that fucking statement. I mean, literally, and that's the harsh reality of it is, and then these trannies sit there and say, oh, I need to be a mom, I need to adopt. You know what? The adoption agency does a thorough background check like the fucking government says, oh, your name used to be Ernie, and you used to be a former dude, now you're a woman. Sorry, we're not going to do it. And the guy doesn't know. He's just like, oh, we were denied because you're a former dude.
We found out your name used to be Sophia. Do we want you to adopt a boy? And because he's going to look for a father figure. If he found out his dad's name used to be Sophia Marie, then it's going to ruin him. And that girl that wants a mother figure, if they found out your name was Stanley, what is it? Stanley Nathan Richards. Do you really think a woman's going to want to take advice from little girl's going to take advice from a former dude, or a boy's going to take advice from a former woman, from a former chick?
Exactly. The world basically hurts in a lot of ways,
So my dad was a Victoria's Secret model.
Yes. See that exactly. So you guys get the point, So technically, when it comes to all of this, the harsh reality is the trans community needs to wake up, smell what you're shoveling. You can't ram it down people's throat. If you bleed and have a baby, you're a female. If you don't bleed and you can't have a baby, you're a fucking dude. You might be a genetic woman with defects, that's fine. But the point is I'm tired of the fucking community, and that's why I don't classify myself as part of the community. I don't care, okay? I don't care. Literally. My videos are here to educate people, and if I drop a few F-bombs here and there, oh well, it's my life. It's not your life, it's my life. It's my life, and I'm proud to have my life. I mean, literally. I mean, look. No one knows secretly, but if you look closely, I got a pimple here and a pimple here. Why? Because I've been eating a lot of pork lately, and I tried to explain to Chloe that sometimes too much fat in your system will give you a pimple. Whether you eat too many potato chips, you eat too much cake with frosting, or chocolates, or the oils or whatever. We had some chocolate recently. It was kind of nasty. It was like pure cocoa. It's like, eh. And I mean, that's so. But yeah, I mean, literally, there's a lot of people in the community that need to wake up, smell what they're shoveling, because you can't basically have it two ways. I mean, the genetic women are getting to the point where they're tired of fucking putting up with all your shit, basically thinking that your shit don't stink, but you're just still a man. And most of you just want fucking security. I knew one woman who didn't want to sell her anything of hers to pay for a sex change, so she had to go and hook her own body with all her pre-post pictures, or pre-pictures with her dick and stuff to sell to get her vagina, because she didn't want to sell her boat, her house, her car, her motor home, her trailer, nothing. And then she wanted to be fucking taken care of. It's hard to say, but that there. And then she's like, I need a 6 or 8 pack. And she told Aaron that he may be cute, but he has no money, so go fuck off. Aaron basically turned around and talked to a lot of transgendered women that had high hopes. They either the fucking Filipino lady boys wanted to get into this country and they wanted a man to pay for their fucking taco, or they wanted to keep their dick and be a she-male and service these fucking men who love them. I mean, the men that basically go out and track down a she-male or a tranny in this day and age. Chloe even agreed with me the other day, and even my friend Heather agreed with me. It's because they fucking can't get a fucking genetic woman. They see a genetic woman, they think the genetic woman might be too fucking high maintenance. I mean, look. I mean, I have a friend, okay? I'm not going to give her name. She's awesome. She's sweet. She offered me clothes. She wants me to dress sexy, maybe post new pictures on Instagram and stuff for Jess. But She owns a Corvette and has a fucking yacht. And owns half the houses on the station or more, 3/4 of them. And probably owns more houses on other islands, stations. But guess what? She's badass. And she's completely right. She has a right to have her hopes to be high because she doesn't want some poor ass motherfucker trying to milk her and have her as him as a gold digger or Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. I mean, literally, she has her high. But these trannies, they think, oh, I need to be taken care of. I'm a real woman. No, you don't need to fucking be the homebody type that fucking does all the dishes, sits there and does your nails every day and says, okay, honey, your lunch is made. Go to work. I'll see you when you get home. And they want someone who's a business type that owns a $250,000 or nowadays it's a $500,000 house or more. They have a retirement plan and they have at least a Jaguar or a more expensive car. I mean, the trannies out there are so fucked up in the head that that's all it is a fucking mental illness. And they don't realize, like I do, being bipolar or Chloe that's borderline. They're like, oh, yeah, you're fucked up. No, I'm not. You know what? When you live the life I live and things that I have, it's like my cousin Dinky said, that she's proud of me for superseding where others failed. But I have to go ahead and utilize layaway. I have to make agreements with people and do layaway. I have to work with her at birthdays and Christmas time for Christmas presents for myself. But at least my family accepts me and they help me. And they don't expect anything from me. But you know what? It's these fucking jackass motherfuckers out there that basically think because I'm poor, I can't deserve anything nice or I should live poor. You know what? I was eating ham today, smoked ham from the butcher who retired. And I looked at Chloe and I said, it's times like this that makes you be content with your life because the guy's retired. Mm-hmm. And I told Chloe, the guy's retired. And Chloe says, yeah, so my point is, she says, your point is that it's times like this you got to sit there and enjoy this ham more because you're not going to ever get it again. Smoked by Ron. That's why you got to be content at certain times of your life. You're enjoying this fucking ham. And I tried to explain it to Chloe today at the park. So she's been depressed, and she's losing and being a loose cannon, yelling and screaming and stuff. I'm like, look, on the way to the park, she was kicking fucking light poles all the way up there. Are you okay? No! No! And I'm like, are you done yet? Well, at least she didn't kick one that just fell over. They're so bolted to the ground anyways, but still, she was angry. Thing is that she wanted to hit a guardrail, and I'm like, I mean, literally, the point is, like I said, she was angry because, the Walmart sold out of video games that she wanted. Fucking Amazon's out of games that she wanted. So she's furious. And then she, like I said, she's upset that, I mean, literally, she has a right justification to be upset. I mean, I would be justified upset too if I was fucking, like I said, given checks and told to go to the fucking banks to cash them. I would want to fucking get off my ass and get up early in the morning at 5:30 or 5 o'clock, or me and Chloe to go off island. We have to get up at 3 just to make sure we both have a shower or a bath, which was a bath for women. We don't like showers. And then we got to get on the ferry, and we're half fucking tired, so we better have a cup of coffee on the ferry, or we, for me, or we have to have, an energy drink. Now, when I get paid on Friday, I'll get off the island to go get groceries, but also, or the 6th, because Chloe's got glasses on the 7th. But you see, the point is, here's the problem. And Chloe was telling me today that I'm going to be paying additional money out of my own pocket this coming month for her glasses. The glasses aren't cheap. They charge about $140 after the fees and everything for glasses. Now, as you know, I have my glasses. Fortunately, that's expensive. So Chloe's upset because she's got these checks. It could go towards her glasses, but then she doesn't have any birthday money. She hasn't had any new glasses in like 5 years. But the problem is she feels bad. She's like, I feel bad because you're paying out of your own pocket, yet at the same time, Rita, it costs us so much money just to get off island, just to go and get fucking these checks cashed. I mean, literally, we have plans after Christmas and after all this stuff to get her checks cashed, and yet, she's basically depressed because it's costing us more money to go cash them just so she can get you know, whatever else is after check fees and everything else, ferry fees and stuff. Because you know, I have my own money, but you guys get the idea. She's still hurting because she's losing money to go get it, and that means she's also losing money for bus fare. And you know, like she said, if she wanted fucking a quick burger at Burger King or a quick spicy sandwich at KFC or the toxic smell going in there and getting some toxic smell burritos or toxic smell tacos, then you get the idea, you know, that she's literally upset about it, and you know it costs more money, and then she can't get anything, you know, and then also comes into the play of the other problem, which is um, the you know, travel time. I mean, she doesn't want to be getting up at fucking 3 in the morning to get on a ferry at 5:30 to get home between 5:30 and 8 at night after going to two banks, the Walmart, and other places. I mean, literally, it's just bullshit. And I understand where Chloe's coming from. Literally, it is fucking ludicrous and bullshit that she's got to go all do this and that she loses money. And then she gets upset that other people look at her and they're like, you know, Chloe, you got that money and you got all those things, but you're not doing anything for Rita. Rita's paying the rent, which includes water and garbage. Rita's paying all the cleaning supplies, and you don't clean. And Rita's paying for internet, which you're always on, and you're not doing anything. And Rita's buying most of the groceries when you run out of food stamps, and you're not helping. And you know, Rita's going and getting help with electricity subsidies so she can have the heater on in the wintertime, not helping. And Chloe, she's basically getting this told by advocates that are helping us out. Like one advocate brought us a Christmas basket and a ham. Another advocate flagged us in and says, I know you're struggling, Rita. Here's a huge ham, you know, smoked ham. It's in the freezer. Again, Chloe feels bad. Chloe's like, you know, Chloe got mad today and called her a fucking Twinkie eater. But I'm like, look, you may not like her, but at least she's provided us freaking 3 to 4 meals right there. She could have given it to someone who was a battered woman and we wouldn't have an extra ham. And she's like, I know. And I'm like, look, you're basically calling the APS lady a Twinkie eater, but do you think the APS lady's coming back? No. I mean, all these things happen, and yet she's getting freaking violent towards these stupid things, and yet no one is doing anything about it, you know. And she, you know, and I'm like, look, if the APS lady wasn't done with you, she'd be fucking riding your ass. If the fucking advocates didn't want to help us, they'd be pushing for a restraining order or finding a way for me to buy you a ticket. I mean, I've offered her a ticket out, but, you know, the thing is, she was going to go and, you know, like I said, cash her checks tomorrow and buy a ticket. She just went and contacted Greyhound and Amtrak and airplanes. Airplanes require enhanced driver's license. She doesn't have, so she can't fly. She has a regular driver's license in Arizona. So what's that tell you? Bus or train? So she went online and checked buses and trains. Amtrak sold out till after the holidays. Greyhound, $300 to $500 minimum. So unless, you know, someone wants to help her pay $500 to get her home, Chloe's like, I don't know what to do. And literally the problem is, you know, I'm in contact with the social workers at different hospitals, and they all have been looking up her information and saying, look, the outpatient care, because DSHS keeps a directory, because DSHS wants to know who wants a fucking gun and submits it to the police. The police has your entire medical record and your physical record and say, nope, you don't get a gun because you're fucking, you know, mental, you know. And that's where I think it's bullshit. And I want to talk about that in a second. But you know, the thing is, they're basically putting in that Chloe thinks the outpatient care is a fucking joke, and they don't want to go through it. They're like, oh, Chloe, it's a fucking joke. 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 Yeah, they're saying that Chloe thinks everything's a fucking joke, and because of it, she doesn't want medication. It's a fucking joke. She's been offered medications, fucking social work, master social work, therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, nurse practitioner, you know, like an 8-man team to help, you know, that I don't remember what a PAX team, that's what it's called. And she's like, no, you know, or she'll turn around and say, well, I want to do dip and you're off. And they're like, you know, it's parked back on a property. She'll be like, fuck you. So then they put in the computer, Chloe thinks outpatient's a fucking joke. Social Security gets hold of it. It might be, oh, well, she's too mental. We'll give her money anyways, but she might have a payee or maybe she manage herself. No one knows. I mean, Point is it's too fucking complicated. Literally, it's too complicated to no end. And so Chloe has a right to be upset about, like I said, that Walmart's out of stock, Amazon's out of stock. She's wary about cashing because, she's got people telling her, oh, you need to give it to Rita. I don't need anything, okay? I'm not asking for anything. My point is, it's fucking pissing me off to no end that they're basically riding her on, well, Rita supports you and everything. You should give back to the community. Then she's upset that, grandma's in the hospital and could have suffered a stroke or whatever and needs help, and she's like, do I cash it or don't I? And then she turns around and justifies to me today, justifies out of confidence, confiding to me. And she says, well, I really don't want to cash these because it costs me money to go off island to cash them. And, my family knows that we live on an island. So technically it costs more money to cash these things. You need something? So technically, it's a complicated issue. So Chloe's got all these things going through her head. And then, she's got she doesn't have a reason to tear me apart and rip me a new asshole, but she also, I can understand her frustrations, not just over Walmart being canceled, Amazon sold out, Walmart sold out, and having skepticism over, these things and finding out if she wants to go home, it's costing her more money. And then she gets mad and says, my mom wants you to buy the ticket. They're too cheap, tightwaddish. Well, if I have to buy a ticket, I'll buy a ticket, but I don't want to be ripped a new asshole every time I turn around. We'll have morning coffee, and my morning goes, all because of it. It's like sometimes she likes to pick a fight. And, no one knows if she does it on purpose or if she can't help it. I mean, literally, when you tell her to please volume control or keep it down, she'll raise it to the point where you're feeling like you're walking in eggshells and you're going to be evicted because she can't control herself. So I asked her today, I said, think before you act. I went to the park. I told her, think before you act. Literally. Literally think before you act. Literally. And, that's the thing. But, I'm not rewarding bad behavior. I won't, and literally that's how I am. I won't reward bad behavior. And, but if I have to send her home, I won't. And, but I'll coordinate with her mom. And, when she contacted her mom, she said, oh, I messaged my mom about leaving tomorrow. I asked her after she wrote it, did you check the trains or buses to see if there's any availability? She went online and goes, nope. Literally, she said, oh, I can get to the airport, but I can't fly. I don't have an enhanced driver's license. And they're freaking, flying the next day is fucking, ludicrous. It's like still the holidays, and so sold out seats are expensive, and they're that's what we call airline and what I call travel scalping, and scalpers because they'll rip you off, if you want to leave the next day for some reason, they want to have you have at least a week or two time to purchase so you can have your time to a wait time. They want you to have like a week to 3 for the best deal, but if you want to leave the next day for some stinking reason, you're paying through the fucking nose. So technically, it's a complicated fucking issue. So a payday, I gotta go and figure out what's gonna happen, because like I said, I asked her to leave nicely because one, I don't want to be tore up or ripped a new asshole and belittled every time, or I don't want my family belittled, or I don't want her family belittled, or I don't want my family and her family being said that they're toxic. Literally, if her mom ever read the definition of borderline personality, you'd find out it basically sticks to Chloe. It's not autism, but Chloe's mom thinks autism, but whatever floats her boat, lady. I love her no matter what. Chloe's mom's cool. But my point is I am having enough trouble trying to survive and live comfortably without worrying about at times where my next roll of toilet paper is coming from or my next meal because, sometimes I go hungry because we don't have enough supplies and I have to give it up for Chloe. Otherwise, she goes ape and nutty and bonkers and bananas over not enough grub. So, someone has to sacrifice somewhere, and people say, oh, well, you have a gold heart. You know what? That's where it comes into fasting. But honestly, I love all of you, and frankly, in time, I hope Chloe gets better because, you know, right now it's, oh, the mental places don't want to help. They've saved their own asses by saying that she claims that no one wants to help her yet in the hospital records and everything else. They said they're willing to help. She just needs to give them a chance, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? It's not about belittling Chloe. I'm happy Chloe got into the video. Chloe's going to be doing a video soon as she gets off her ass. She's going to do it in sections. What was it you were going to do? The 12 or 13 types of transgenderism?
Yes.
So look for that on a special 12 or 13 part Chloe edition on my channel because, you know, it's good just to have it tapped into here, you know, and maybe those ones will be, you know, again, you know, it's all adult, and hopefully if Chloe does her Chloe edition, she'll drop a few F-bombs like I do because these, my videos are for adult content only, and frankly, out of love, you know, I'm not catering to small children. Frankly, kids can stay off my fucking channel. And when I talk about breasts, breast implants, vaginas, facial femme, etc., it's a different story, literally. And before I go, because it's over 2 hours, I do want to say this. I've learned to block out a lot of people's posts on Facebook so I don't have to see these fucking idiots posting a lot of stupid shit on Facebook like their children. I mean, I'm on Facebook to look for messages, and when I go into my feed, I don't want to see something from a bipolar group posting, or not bipolar, borderline group posting 50 posts in one day. I don't want fucking to go and see transgender shit on this. I don't care. I don't want people messaging me telling me, oh, you're transgender, are you a cross-dresser? Why don't you make your first intro post? Because I don't care. I'm a woman. And my womanhood says, I don't need to fucking deal with you cheap son of a bitches. You want to ask if you look like Emma Watson, well, that's your fucking opinion. Or if you want to look like a Klondike bar, that's another thing. Or if you want to look like a Sony Watchman, we'll go for it. Definitely like the Sony Watchman. Definitely like the Sony Watchman. Yeah, I know you do, Ray. But how many people want to have a surgery to look like a Sony Watchman?
No.
Definitely want the Watchmen. Yeah, you can watch the Watchmen, but they don't have a digital version. Digital TVs can't move around anymore. You have to have them stationary, which means staying in one place. Definitely want the Watchmen. Anyways, so basically, I'm a woman. I don't care for the trans community. I don't give two shits about the trans community. A lot of trans say, well, I'm not post-operative or I'm fixed, corrected from birth from my true trans diagnosis or intersexuality, and I don't care to help them. Thing is most of them are stuck up, selfish son of a bitches that need to advocate for themselves. If they don't advocate for themselves, they can go fuck themselves. I have an inner circle that messages me from time to time. They look to me as a big sister or mother, and I will give guidance. Otherwise, I don't give two flying fucks. A fucking monkey or a pig can fly, and I won't care. A fucking elephant can fly, and I wouldn't fucking care. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is I don't care. All I care about in the trans community is you leave me the fuck alone. I leave you the fuck alone. I got enough trouble dealing with Chloe half the time with mental breakdowns, thanks to dear old dad saying, oh, look at me, I'm going to be 12 or I'm going to go to high school. I'm going to be a woman. Oh, yeah, I'm more a woman than Chloe. Nope. I'm more woman than both of you. And I'm only saying that because Chloe's more woman than you, dear old dad, and I'm more female than you too. So we're both more female than you, dear old dad. So the point is that's how I see it. But right now, before I go, I do want to say for Jess's opinion, Jess was like, you need to tell us all about this, some review on movies. Well, I'm going to review a couple things real quick. One is Stars sucks, okay? I've watched 4 movies on Stars. It bombs, okay? I've watched nothing but Star Trek Voyager on Amazon Prime. I'm going to Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation. That's cool. I like my free shipping. Amazon's great. Disney Plus, once they got the hiccups out and my computer kept not kicking and booting me off and kicking me out after 2/3 of the way through the movie, it works flawlessly. And I got to tell you that I've watched probably half the movies on Disney Plus in 1 month and month and a half, and I've gotten a lot of my money's worth. I pay $7.57 for it, and I can't complain. I'm right now on a Star Wars kick yet again, and I'm watching Star Wars Episode 6, and then 7 and 8. 9 was really good at the theaters. I really didn't like 8, so to me, closing up with 9 is fine by me. But I think the first 3 prologues, Episode 1, 2, and 3, were great. 4 isn't okay because you have to watch Rogue One. They had to put Rogue One in to make sure it coordinates with before you watch 4, 5, and 6, because when you first started Star Wars, the reason I hated Star Wars with a passion was the fact that Star Wars had 4, 5, and 6. They didn't episode 4, 5, and 6. It was episode, Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, which were, and then they decided, oh, well,
the original movie started off right in the middle of a battle.
Well, exactly.
I never really saw how it began.
Well, exactly. So to me, I never liked it. So what did they do? They started working how Anakin came about. So then part 2, part 3, and then people were like, "Oh yeah," and then they came out with
after Revenge of Sith go to New Hope, still figure out what about how they got the plans. Just jump to the Empire Rising. Now Rebels somehow got the plans.
Now they had to go and basically say, "Oh well, we better come up with Rogue One so we can explain it." And Rogue One came out. Then they bridged the gap 4, 5, and 6. And then people said, "Oh okay." Then they brought 7 out, and people are like, "Oh yeah, this is interesting." And then they brought 8 out.
They need to make one about the Knights of Ren. That takes place in between 6
and they need to make something about Darth Maul too, how he came
Darth
about.
Maul
Exactly. I mean,
awesome.
literally,
especially in or it'd be like as Darth Maul in it, but it'd be how Sidious, show Darth Plagueis and pretty much Sidious betraying his master, like he explained.
Yeah, and they should explain how Palpatine ended up having a granddaughter and all that crap too. They should explain it all in.
This prequel is talking about will be like Contract Evil. Pretty much main character would be Darth Maul. In the beginning, it should open up as Darth Maul, who in the beginning is a young Zabrak child who gets abducted by the Sith so he could become one of the most powerful Sith Lords one day.
Well, I agree completely. I mean, literally, I agree completely with what she's saying, but I also think they have to have a prequel to explain how, Palpatine ended up with a granddaughter and all that stuff and had children and stuff, and how he rose to power besides being a senator and everything. They should basically fill in the gaps so people understand. It's still somewhat confusing, but if you look at it, I've watched Star Wars, a lot of Star Wars, a Star Wars nerd, as a dinky would say, but the point is, Star Wars, Star Trek nerd, but you guys get the idea. So I love Disney Plus. I've watched Toy Story plenty of times. I've watched Pirates of the Caribbean. I've watched Cars. Cars, I thought I wouldn't be really happy about it, but I love Cars. I mean, literally, Cars was just fantastic. We've watched the live action of Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King and several others, and the Three Caballeros and Home Alone movies and stuff like that. That's just really downright awesome. That you want to watch something warm-hearted. Watch these ones. We've watched the Finding Dory and Nemo and all these things. I highly recommend Disney Plus because it is more clean entertainment, and frankly, I don't mind clean entertainment. I have, like I said, I've watched 4 movies on Stars, and I've watched the Da Vinci Code series over twice, and then the Sackets. And otherwise, I haven't watched much on Stars. I'm paying for Stars, and I'm not using it. I'm using Disney more, so I might try Hulu or Netflix eventually. But right now, because Hulu and Netflix just lost certain movies that went to Disney, I'm just watching them there, so I don't have to pay because. This month in the beginning, I was using Amazon to fill in some of the movies we didn't see, and I gotta say they're really good. I was kind of disappointed at the end conclusion of Pirates of the Caribbean, but what can you say? They're gonna bring out another one as long as Jack Sparrow is around. It's gonna be great, But I'm just quite happy, I did want to say Disney did have a great job in the Marvel movies, so we got like several Marvel movies. We're waiting for the Spider-Man series and Black Panther, but otherwise we've seen it all. We're also waiting for Infinity Wars because we watched Endgames and that was really badass, except for the end of it where Iron Man's dead. And now they say in the Iron Man comics, which I want to subscribe to comics and read comics, is Iron Man's brother is going to take over, and I'm thinking, this is not going to be cool, However, I do like my favorite thing in the movies of the Marvel movies, I gotta say, is in the Avenger movies, is Avengers with Captain America, I think it was, Civil Wars, I think it was, whatever it was Stan Lee's in a bar and they're like, this stuff is aged in 1,000 years of a retired boat or something, and it's not for mere mortals. And he's like, yeah, just like World War II in Omaha Beach. Hand it over, Blondie. And he's staggering out, Excelsior, or my favorite scene where he's sitting there and he's like,
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron. Then there's a scene where Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel's, is knocking. He's like, yeah, I got a thing for a Tony Stank. Is there a Tony Stank? And he's like, his friend's like, I'm not gonna let you live that one down. Yes, I need a table for one for Tony Stank. Tony Stank. Yes, Tony Stank's right there. So you know how it goes. It's just
I like in Captain Marvel, because the movie's set like in 1995, where Stan Lee makes a cameo and he's reading Mallrats.
Yeah, Mallrats. It was good on a train, but
He's reading Mallrats. It's like.
Anyways, this video has gone way too long, and I don't know why I got 3 video viewers. I would like to know who the hell is watching us in the comments, because frankly, it kind of bums me that I got you guys watching me as an entertainment purpose, which it is.
GL.
And, well, yeah, could be. And, the point is you got all these people watching me right now, and yet no one's commenting. And it makes me wonder who's watching my channel. I would go on and on and on and make this video longer, but frankly, I'm curious of who is in the comments. I wish you guys would post a comment, say who's here watching, who it is, Mallrats. Yeah, he was the one talking to the kid about the lingerie, it was funny too. He was a guest star in Mallrats, but like I said, I would like to know who's in the comments. What do you think, Chloe?
Yeah.
I mean, we got 3 viewers. We keep getting 3, sometimes 4, and no one's saying hello.
Could be some guy in a black suit and shades.
Spooks. That's what I said earlier. It could be spooks watching it. You're not going to find anything on my boring channel, dude. Unless you want me to go to the microphone and fart in it, then go, I farted. Oh, okay, everyone. So, like I said, tomorrow's the 30th, then you got 31st. Look for another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. I do got to make a phone call to my doctors tomorrow, so that'll be a good update for you all. I'll just give you a heads up now. The budget's been calibrated for January and February, so it's all done. March I got to do. My computer is still in the shop, so I'm kind of, like I said, bummed about that. I'm looking for a backup computer. I was looking for one that can play Guild Wars 2, and because Chloe keeps having trouble with that one, her computer, and I keep telling her, look, you either leave it on the kitchen fucking table and go watch a fucking movie, and I'll go fucking clean it up, get rid of the viruses, and it's probably got viruses. And if that doesn't work, run it to factory settings. If that doesn't work, and this is something that her mom says, oh, well, you're holding my kid back. If I'm holding your kid back, you're thinking I'm committing a hostage thing. I didn't kidnap your kid. I did not do a hostage thing, okay? And Chloe gets angry about that. She's been furious about that. Her mom's always like, from what Chloe tells me. But my point is I offered to get Chloe a replacement computer on my own fucking dime. Who would fucking do that? Me. Why? Because I have a gold heart. Most people don't give a shit. All they think about is, oh, Rita's terrible. Rita's a mean asshole. My family knows that my heart's been taken advantage of so many fucking times. And yet, I got assholes in the world that basically think that I am loopy. You know, I mean, my cousin in Dinky, if she's watching this, she'd be basically sending me a text message going, "Oh, Rita, you got a great heart. That's really nice of you." It's the holidays. And besides that, I don't want to see Chloe fucking sitting there screaming and yelling at her. This is Chloe if her computer ain't working. Picture Chloe like the Russian in Armageddon. Work, you piece of junk, work. She's like, she's like Tasmania trying to get something to work. And then I told her to calm down, and then she starts bopping her head like, and I'm like, hey, is the Pez can coming out every time we bop it? And I don't see Pez coming out or bubblegum one. So. So anyways, one of the reasons I like watching the Star Wars is because I like the Jedi Knights. I'm more of a Jedi Knight. Chloe, of course, she's a Sith. She's a Sith Lord, I think, with everything she's done in her life. No remorse, you know, she'll go and I bet you if she had a chance, she'd burn down a couple police stations, maybe a couple hospitals, even demolish them just to be funny. Are you okay?
No.
Did I say something?
No.
Yes, you got your ass kicked in your game or something.
I shouldn't have, because the thing is, the button wasn't working properly.
So what caused the problem?
I don't want to talk about it until I get this event done.
Okay, don't take it out of me, Missy. I can understand. To me, I would just say it's a game, but telling her that you just get ripped a new asshole ways from Sunday and slice and dice like one of the turtles with his katanas going, he slices and he dices, or she slices and dices. Cowabunga, dude! Which I've been thinking about watching those movies again, but I also have been looking at some movies to buy on Amazon too. Which one of these days I got to sit down and talk to you about digital versus physical copies. I'm more of a physical copies girl myself. But eventually physical copies are going to go out. It's going to be all digital and streaming and, you know, but I'd like to get Jesse's opinion eventually on what Jesse thinks literally on what's going to be happy and what's not going to be happy, you know, because of it, you know, because, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, for some of you nerds out there watching this video and getting a chuckle out of me, I do highly recommend. With tax, it cost me $7.57 for Disney Plus. You won't have any problems. You can watch all the old movies and all the stuff. My mother has all the VHS tapes up there. Well, my mother died, but I have them all the Disney movies from the past. People never even heard of there. And so to me, it's a blessing, you know, and I still can't believe, you know, they own the Star Wars franchise of Marvel, but what the hell, you know, it's good. You know, but then, you know, like I said, you know, so let's just talk about this computer thing. So, like I said, I got to get a hold of someone soon before I go and do my Star Wars Episode 6 again. I also got to take some time and wait till dinner time. I'm supposed to be boiling up a pot of pork broth so I can make some pork soup. I can also substitute make it with chicken bouillon if I need to. Make up some soup, make up some ham and bean soup. I got plenty of ham, and you know the smoked ham is tasty. You know, I'm gonna miss the butcher because he made the fucking badass smoked turkeys and the smoked chickens. I mean, I don't know what it was about him and fucking smoked chickens, but his smoked chicken with his smoked peas and carrots with his fucking smoked stuffing. That stuff was the fucking bomb, man. And he's retired, so I'm like really now I'm feeling like I'm in heaven when it comes to his fucking food because, you know, and when the lady said yesterday, do you want a couple of these smoked ham, you know, a fresh smoked hams over a whole smoked ham. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take it. You know, I wasn't being greedy, but you know, then I asked about milk and eggs and they gave it to us. So, you know, and they said, what the sides, you know, do you want your stuffing? Do you want your cranberry sauce? Do you, you know, and to me, it's just been a blessing. But Chloe, like I said, she kind of feels kind of down because, we have to go to the food bank to survive and we're not getting much for ourselves because of it, and I'm just, waiting till Friday, and then I got some stuff to do. Saturday of next week's fucking laundry. We're gonna be doing a big old load of laundry, again. And when I go to the Walmart, I gotta get 2 packages of panties and one for Chloe, one for myself. Yes, I know I'm a nice person, and another package or 2 of socks, which is fine because I need socks, and then I'm good. And that I was looking for some cute tops, but I've never found anything at Walmart that I like. And so that's something that, I should talk to you all about eventually in my channel is um, not a love for you all is where I like to shop because I do not like Walmart. It's like trying to find replacement tights. I've tried a couple pairs of different brands I don't like, and let me just tell you that they're hard to get a hold of and are always sold out. So to me, I ran out after having a 20-year supply of white tights, and I don't have it. I got black tights, I got pink tights, I got brown tights, but I don't have any fucking white tights. So I've been trying to find proper tights, and I can't. It's like opaque whites going out of style, and it's like, why? Back in the 80s and 90s, they were all over. Now it's hard. So maybe I'm just old-fashioned like our grandparents believe in the convenience factor for checks. I don't know, but I'm old-fashioned too, so I just don't know, but my opinion is I've been comforting Chloe and watching Star Wars and other things, but my point is it's hard. And with everything going down, I'm hoping everything works out properly, and so on the 3rd, I'm hoping to get things done. I heard the manager won't be in until the 5th. So, man, this is Saturday, Sunday. So, I might come in, the 6th. So, you know what? I do want to say, Chloe, we keep gaining another one. So, we got 4 people watching it. They don't tell us who the fuck's watching us. Hello, who's watching me? Who's watching me? Hello, who's watching me? Who's watching me? How about we go and get some real mountain grown Colombian coffee? Maybe some Juan Valdez will come. Hey, look at this. Look what I grabbed. I grabbed myself a mopping fit. Hello, my name is Moppy. How are you tonight? Today we're going to be talking about I Want a Biscuit. Oh, yeah, look at him. This is my son Moppy. He's a service dog. He's a Shih Tzu. Now, I want to bitch about a couple things since I just realized before my channel goes. The dog here is highly trained and highly raised. He's a large Shih Tzu, and yet, the fucking state of Washington did 2 things. One is they passed a law saying that the counties can ban certain breeds of dogs. Well, sorry to say, they can ban Shih Tzus all they want. My dog ain't going to be banned in this county because my dog's a service dog. They'd be having a fight all the way to Supreme Court on that one. And 2 is they want to charge a pay per mile tax on cars. Oh, yeah, you're so cute. You're a little grumpy. A mile per tax, which means they want to tax the shit out of people. And then they want to keep the gallon tax. So it's like 50 cents a gallon. And then they want to pay per mile tax. What's up, huh? This is Moppy. He says hello. And then there was one other fucking gripe I wanted to talk about. A big gripe that me and Chloe both were fucking griping about. We were griping about it, weren't we, Chloe? That was, you ready for it?
Sure.
Cigarettes. Chloe turned around and she was bitching me the other fucking day, right? We went into a gas station the other day. Chloe's a sweetheart. She says, yeah, we need to get Rita's dip. And the lady looked at us and said, you know what fucking pisses me off? And I said, what? She said the state of Washington has passed a bill that you have to be 21 to fucking do tobacco products. I turned around and I said it was passed nationwide in a budget bill. She turned around and says, I'll do some research. She says, but you know what pisses me off? I said, no, but I'll tell you what pisses me off. You got to be 21 to have a fucking handgun, and rifles and shotguns now. Pretty much, 21 or over because they want to keep guns out of people's hands. Guns are there to defend Americans from a revolt against the United States government. Everyone should have a gun. I don't care if you're a criminal. You can have a fucking musket. I don't care. We're all entitled to firearms, mentally ill or not. We're here to defend our country. She says, I agree. 2, if you're going to fucking make it so you got to be 21 to buy booze and 21 to fucking have cigarettes, then read my lips if the fucking government's watching it. Then you could be fucking 21 to join the military. I'm not sending our boys and girls out there to die at 18 or 17 when you jackasses say that they're not mentally standardized to buy tobaccos or booze.
I'll just encourage them to want to draft young 18-year-olds.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. If you're basically...
If you're upset with the government about something and you explain your anger with them, they'll just do what they can to piss you off even more and go more extreme. That's the government. That's what they do.
Well, here's my thing. If the fucking government's watching this, here's my fucking opinion. If you're gonna force it where we have to be 20, I'm 42, so here it is. Got to be 21 to own a fucking handgun, rifle, or shotgun. Got to be 21 to fucking buy booze. You got to be 21 to fucking buy tobacco products. Then let's make it where you got to be fucking 21 to start a sex change, 21 to vote, and 21 to fucking join the military. Hell, if you're saying that mommy and daddy can have you on your insurance till 26, why not make it that you got to be 26 to fucking vote, 26 to buy booze, 26 to buy tobacco, and 26 to vote? Maybe it's got to be 26 because you motherfuckers think it's all right to fucking make it 21 for everything. I'm sorry, but this fucking country is stupid if they're making everyone fucking have all these things at 21. But, you know, it's okay to vote at 18 because it's okay to vote for some dictator crackpot. Or it's okay to join the military and get killed at 18. I'm sorry, but our boys are not mentally able to make that decision at 18 to join the military. You gotta be fucking 21. What do you think, Chloe?
They want to draft those who are 18. They want to draft
the draft is
younger. To them, the younger the better, because more troops could be at the disposal to die for a government who only cares about their financial interests. They don't care. The government doesn't care about their troops. They care about protecting themselves and also from keeping the people knowing about their corruption.
Well, all I'm saying to you, Chloe, is do you agree or disagree that everything should be 21? If you got to be fucking 21 for booze and cigarettes, you might as well be 21 to join the military and smoke and vote. And if you're 21 to vote, guess what happens?
Which
means you take away all these 18 to 21 years old that can't vote for idiots.
Therefore, if you're 18 and you get in a fight and you're still in high school and get in a fight with another student who's under 18, you shouldn't get in trouble, so you should still be considered a minor until 21.
Yeah, exactly. You should be a minor if you committed a crime. Like, if you're 18 and you commit a armed robbery or assault and battery or even rape, let's just say they're a minor.
You know,
I mean, there's a guy that stole an ambulance my mom was supposed to be getting into, and they were charged as a minor.
You know that when you're 20 years old, you can still see a pediatrician.
Yeah.
It was January 2009, right for my 21st birthday. I had my last appointment with the pediatrician.
Well, yeah, I know that. And, you know, my opinion is, like I said, my mother was having an emergency medical problem. She had her ambulance stolen. It's all over Grant County. It's been a big news thing in 2010. They charged the fucker with not a felon. They let him go. Guess what? Now he's serving prison time for like 10, 15 years for some bigger crime. But point is, they let him go. They charged him as a minor. Guess what? You basically get charged as a fucking minor. Thing is, if you're not 21, then you know, you're basically saying that 21-year-olds or less can't buy booze or cigarettes. And you know, Chloe was right the other day. She said the reason they're fucking making it so you gotta be 21 or over to smoke, 21 or over to drink, 21 to have weapons, it's because they want to fucking brainwash these kids to join the military and go kill people at 18. And they want them to be fitted as a fiddle.
And they also want to brainwash these children to vote for for the most extreme right-wing corrupt rich people.
Sorry to
be
say
in
this,
power.
to be a smart ass motherfucker tonight on my channel, but I want to see what Chloe's reaction is when I say this. So I'm watching her face and the camera at the same time. But I'd like to tell you all, kids, if you want to get out of joining the military and you got to wait till you're 21 to fucking drink or smoke because you want to do it earlier and you can't,
Just don't join the military.
then don't join the military. But if you really want to piss them off to not join the military and they're trying to get you to stay fit as a fiddle, start loading up at McDonald's, Burger King, Dairy Queen, all that. Get fat, and then you can't join.
That's the thing. If some corrupt Republican out there decides to bring back the draft and start a war with someone just for his own gain on oil and drafts people, you know how many young people are going to start going out to eat at McDonald's, and then Republicans are going to go around and require all fast food places ID people to be 25 or over if they want to eat without a parent there.
Well, yeah, you see, that's the thing. I said if you really want to avoid the draft and avoid the military, just fucking
And
eat
then
like a
because
pig.
of that, if Republicans do that, then a lot of younger people just won't exercise anymore. They'll just sit on the couch and play video games. What are Republicans going to do? Ban video games?
Actually, I was just reading a report since she brought it up. I was going to leave this out till another day, but the governments are trying to block it, so you got to be 21 or over and to show ID and to make sure kids don't play games like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor that's first-person shooters, or these these addictive long games. They want to put a restriction on who's playing them, just like when you were 17 back in the day when Grand Theft Auto came out. You could basically steal cars and get pimps and pimp out people and fuck whores. Then the same thing happens, in the game. You have to be 17, and a lot of parents just bought it anyways for the kids. And kids were talking about it at school, and then the parents would go and talk to the teachers would call the parents, and shit hit the fan, and they're like, look, it's my kid. If I want to give my kid a sex change, they can have a sex change. If my kid wants to fucking play Grand Theft Auto, it's a game. I don't think my kid's going to go and get stupid and go kill someone, so grow up, you fucking stupid assholes.
Who say that video games need to be banned in this country because it's the only way to be an American. Otherwise, video games, they said all creators of video games are terrorists in their eyes.
Well, how about this one? I don't support it, but again, you got these fucking right-wing douchebag fuckers turning around and basically going in saying, we need to ban these rappers. Rappers are sitting there, I want to pimp and kill and fuck hoes and shoot shit and blah, blah, blah.
Are bad. The thing is, they want to ban rappers because they don't like black people. I'm like, what if some lawmaker goes in and bans country music because some country music promotes, going around, or they go around and promote bringing a gun and shooting people who don't agree with your political view?
I will.
Or some country singer sings about joining the Ku Klux Klan.
Here's my opinion.
If they ban rap music, they should ban Southern rock and country music too.
I'll tell you the fucking problem, okay? Rap music is like the trans community, okay? Here's how the fucking dumbass people in the House and the Senate think of it, okay? It's not about banning shit, okay? Here's how I see it. My own opinion. Chloe can sit there and say, you're wrong. Chloe needs to realize if a few rappers sit there and say, we need to fucking kill fucking white pigs and fuck hoes, those are the ones that they should basically put explicit and make it so you have to be a certain age to buy the music.
They need to also put explicit content on a lot of country albums and Southern rock because a lot of them do actually sing about, shooting people of color or bringing white justice.
Well, here's my thing. Chloe needs to realize this before she goes and spews stuff, which is true. She's spewing right info, but I want Chloe to realize this. You can't go and ban all rap music because a few bad apples say a few bad things. It's the same with country music, classic music, etc. You can't basically ban all video games or ban fucking things. It's like banning guns. You can't go ban guns because of a few bad fucking apples. Same goes with fucking rap music. I mean, literally, a few bad apples. So some songs got banned, like Body Count's Cop Killer. I mean, yeah, that but still, the rest of the album was fine. The problem is some of these people out there sit there and say, oh, well, black people are bad because of their music. It's not the music. a few bad eggs. If you get rid of the government thinks if you get rid of all the bad apples in one rap group, then you need to get rid of it all. They don't realize if you get rid of all the fucking music, what's next? They're gonna fucking turn around and ban all these video games. All video games gone. Then what? Then they're gonna turn around like Chloe said and go after certain country music. Or what if they don't go? They do that. Then what? They're gonna turn around and ban all violent movies. Oh, are all movies with smoking in it? I mean, look, I was just watching a movie the other day where it showed Captain Hook from, I think, Return to Neverland. He's smoking a dual cigar thingy. I mean, literally, back in the day, they had, or you know what? They're gonna try to redo Pirates of the Caribbean, where you got Davy Jones, the guy, the one guy smoking a pipe. Davy Jones, I think it is. I mean, come on. I mean, literally, the point I'm saying is if you're going to ban smoking in movies and violent movies, then what do you have left to fucking ban? I mean, literally, that's the problem. You can't just take out and ban everything because you don't like it. A few bad apples, fine. Get rid of those songs and stuff. Get rid of those albums.
Rap music is because a lot of lawmakers are saying that are racist.
Oh yeah, but you don't look. I'm gonna say something funny here, okay? It's my channel, and I'm gonna get away with it. And Chloe can't say anything. If she thinks I'm racist, oh well. But here it goes. Do. Ban me. Come on. I mean, literally, look. Vanilla Ice was a white man. I mean, now he sells like lamps in Florida and lampshades and stuff. But he was a great rapper back then. Vanilla Ice, baby. Do. I mean, literally, the point is he was white. There is white rappers out there.
Well,
if you're going to ban the black rappers, you better ban the white rappers. Then we're not racist all the way around. Because, frankly, like I said, Ice-T is...
ban other types of music. Country
That's
music,
what I just said. If you're going to fucking ban fucking music like rappers because they're saying fuck hoes and plug pimps and stuff, then ban the country music people that have the same type of music going around like school shootings or whatever. Literally, you just ban all these things that keep the rest of the music intact. What are you going to do? Ban the Bee Gees and the Beatles because you don't like them? I mean, come on. I mean, the 40s and 50s music back then, the classic country, you don't ban because classic country was great. They didn't have anything. Oh, what? Eventually, you're going to have to give in to atheists and you're going to want old Hank Williams song banned. I'm not going to get out of this world alive. I mean, come on. Or, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Why don't you cook up something for me?
These lawmakers want to ban anything that's not Christian.
Well, let me put it to you this way. My husband, when he was alive, used to make a fucking statement that was bigger than anything out there. Chloe wouldn't believe it. She'd be like, oh, yeah, your husband's a douchebag. My husband used to say, if you got these fucking Democrat son of a bitches, and he never supported the Democrats. He was a gun. He believed in guns. That's why, if he was alive, he'd be voting for Trump. But he believes the guns shouldn't be banned. It's there to uphold the Constitution and protect from, and to overthrow the government. But he said if the government wants to go and fucking ban video games, rap music, country music, everything else, then you better go ahead. They're like, oh, we need to ban knives because knives are pointy, sharpie things that can kill people. Then hubby used to say you better ban spoons because they make fat people fat, or forks. Oh, while you're at it, you better ban everything that's sharper and it can be used as a weapon in your house. Oh, look, I'm going to use that book over there, Chloe in the head. It's a weapon. Or I'm going to take that computer and stick the quarter in her head and make her die because, it's a weapon. I'm not going to ever harm you. I'm just basically stating.
They're going to make it to where it's a law that you can't physically do anything with your physical body, but your whole life you have to go into a virtual simulator and live in a virtual world your whole life. And then your physical body, you have a feeding to it, feeds it while you get fat, and you are fit, and you have a fit body in the virtual world.
Are you talking about like WALL-E?
Yeah.
No, well, look.
But instead this one, you're not physically conscious. You're actually in your virtual world all the time with virtual vision on your head.
Well, like I said, she's right. But also, like I said, hubby would say that you can take the fucking TV and use it as a weapon by crushing someone's head. I mean, literally,
if aliens invade Earth, people aren't going to defend themselves. They'll be too engulfed in a virtual world that aliens will just go and destroy everything without any problem.
Well, yeah, I agree completely. I mean, look at like Aaron would say, take the TV, whack someone upside the head, and let it go through them, and they might end up alive or dead. No one knows. I mean, literally, the government wants to fucking ban everything. He used to say, "Oh, what's next? Banning fucking TVs because they want to ban TVs." I mean, look. I mean, if you're gonna ban everything, you might as well, And then the government on top of this, right? And I just say this because I'm gonna say this. It's my channel, but I know people that I love dearly that mean the world to me in my family and extended family that works in the Justice Department. The justice system doesn't fucking work, literally. So why not we just ban the justice system? I mean, Back to the Future they did, and look how it happened, or the lawyers were abolished. But, the point is, let's do these things so we can get it done. I mean, literally, that's how I see it, in my opinion. And, but all these fucking lawmakers, as Chloe said today, they're there to make laws. Aaron said the same thing. They're making fucking stupid laws. Like Chloe turned around and Chloe said to me, this was like 5 days ago. She looked at me and I said, she looked at me one day and I'm sitting there and I'm like this. And she said, what's wrong? I said, they want to fucking put in on top of they claim they're going to dissolve it, but they're just going to keep it there as a scam. But they want to go and leave the 50-cent tax per gallon for the gas and like 75 cents for diesel. And then they want to do a pay per mile. So say, for example, my cousin Dinky drives X amount of miles per year, right? And and also Washington taxes. So it says, oh, you owe us $75,000 in taxes for you driving your car. Who the fuck has $75,000? I mean, literally, we did the math. It's not worth it. Do it to the electric cars. But no, they want to do it for all vehicles. Then these fuckers turn around and think if everyone's fucking going to pay this tax, they want to charge like 1 cent or 2 cents or 5 cents or even 25 cents per mile for walking. I'm sorry, but I walk up to 10 miles a day. You think I want to fucking pay the fucking state of taxing 10 more money because they want to be greedy son of a bitches? No. I mean, literally, they want to fucking tell us we can't fucking smoke, and that's a new nationwide ban. And then they want to turn around and tell us that, that they want to limit dogs. You know what it is, right? The dog breed thing, which Chloe says is bullshit. Boppy's so good. I mean, he's looking at Chloe saying, give me some ham. And then you got the state of Taxington now turning around wanting to charge for pay per mile and then walk per mile and all this shit, right? And Chloe turned around and Chloe looked at me. And Chloe said, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I said, no. And she said, you know what's really bad? And I says, I know. She says, no, you don't. I said, yeah, I do. She said, they're going to tax the fucking shit out of more people in this country, drive away small businesses and all this shit. And people are going to leave this fucking useless state. And then there's no one going to live here because they're all fucking tired of the fucking bureaucrats in fucking Olympia. And I said, yeah. And then she turned to look at me and she says, people are going to leave this fucking son of a bitch state. It's useless. If they can't get...
Eventually, people will start finding ways out of the United States because the whole country is going to start one day taxing how many steps you take each day, how much air you breathe.
And then she turns around, right? She looks at me out of all this. We're at the dinner table. And she says, and you know what's bad? And I go, I know what you're thinking. She says, no. And I knew what she was thinking. She said, the fucking state of Washington, Taxington is what we call it now, wants to tax the shit out of you for every little thing. I mean, look, when we were told dissolving the state liquor control boards, taxes would be decreasing. No, it isn't. They fucking left the taxes. You go to fucking Grant County, any county, you're paying fucking 20.5% booze tax for per that. That's per liter. Then you're paying a half-gallon tax, a fifth tax, a liter tax, and they even have little shooter taxes. For the little small ones. And then on top of that, to tax it all up, you get 2 half-gallons of brandy. You're paying over $100. And Chloe's like, "Oh my god!" And I said, "Well, guess what? Chloe said if the taxation is fucking screwing you over on the taxes on the liquor, mind you, and you're getting screwed over on your property tax, and you're getting screwed over on your sales tax, and the state of Washington turns around and says, we're in the green because we're taking and collecting tax for everything. If you buy something online and you don't pay taxes, then you got to pay a use tax. Guess what? If I go to Oregon to get a new computer, I'm not paying the fucking use tax, you son of a bitch. Because you use tax motherfuckers don't need to know what I buy. That's the thing. You fucking taxing son of a bitches can fucking suck my clit because you're not getting tax money out of me if I can help it. I'm already paying sales tax for everything I have online, so how much more do you want, you greedy son of a bitches? And then she turns around, she says all the fucking taxes Washington collects, which Chloe looked it up, found out Washington's the worst in the unions. In the whole fucking union for taxes. She's pissed. She goes, and yet, this is where my point is getting before I go. They can't fucking fix the mental health system. We don't want to fucking build new hospitals yet. They can't fix the current system. And yet they want to tax the shit out of you and say they're going to pay for more. Yet they're going to turn around and say, if you want to conceal carry or buy a handgun in the state of Washington, you must let the sheriff decide if your medical records are good enough to get it. If you're a substance use disorder person like booze, nope, you're not getting it. You're denied. So you know what? If I'm going to be denied a gun, I'm going to get a registered PO box and get my ID to Oregon, and I'm buying a fucking gun there and paying Oregon tax. Fuck you, Washington. Fuck you. If I got to move to Ohio, I'll pay Ohio tax because you can suck my clit. Literally, plain and simple. The taxation department and the fucking laws in this fucking state suck. Half the fucking state want to strip the guns of all of Washingtonians and the other state. You know what? Chloe and I agree. If you want to fucking divide Washington in half, fucking divide it at the fucking Cascades and make the second state in Washington a new state called Liberty. I would support it. At least Liberty would have fucking more gun rights in this fucking communist fucking state. Commie-tin. That is.
What if Liberty doesn't like LGBT and they run all LGBT out of their state?
Well, I'm going to leave this fucking shithole state anyways because I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired of not the people on this station, but I'm tired of fucking other people. I'm tired of sitting there and hearing, we want to pay per mile. I just did a report the other day about pay per mile. They'd be raising the fucking gas tax on buses. So if you've got a short trip, say from here to here, you might be paying 50 cents more. But if you're fucking paying on the buses, now if you want to go 40 miles more, you're going to be paying more. So they're going to make it so the consumers that ride transit's got to pay more. All because they're hinting at, we need light rail. We need fucking more buses. We need this. We need that. Yet, guess who gets exempt from the fucking taxes? The fucking government, the government vehicles, the fucking police and fire vehicles, because we, the taxpayers, got to pay those sorry son of bitches that don't do the jobs more money to pay for their mileage because they're fucking exempt. I say, fucking let the state citizens be exempt and tax the shit out of the fucking useless fucking nobody scumbags that are in our office, elected officials. Tax the shit out of them. Then the playing field might be in hell. Dissolve the taxation completely. I mean, literally, we're paying through the fucking nose. I'm not saying the fucking federal government's right or wrong. I'm not going to go up against them, but this fucking state fucking sucks. I'm not going to do anything to anyone or shape or form, but my opinion is I hate the fucking taxation department here. They want to fucking use tax. Well, guess what? Suck my finger. If you want to complain, oh well.
From what I've seen, a lot of, in almost every state, you have lawmakers taxing everything, and then federally, you got lawmakers who want to tax everything. This whole country is bad on taxes.
Here, let me give Chloe an example. Chloe doesn't know this about Washington, but let's just say you moved to Washington from Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say you have everything. You have all your computers, you have your TVs, everything. You move it into a house. Usually they don't want to, but the state of Washington wants to go ahead and fucking tax you. And you just moved from one state to the next. They cannot go in and say, we're doing an audit. Oh, you have this TV. They could say you owe $16,000 in use tax of your shit from you bought from another state. And you paid the tax in another state because they're greedy son of a bitches.
Well, just think about this. What if someone's coming in this country from another country and they get, same thing.
Well, yeah, but then you got to pay the fucking U.S. Customs and Borders and
Yeah,
stuff,
well,
the
still,
inspection
you know,
fees and shit. Yeah,
But still, you
and import
have
tax.
some personal possessions you're able to bring. Still, I mean, the whole country taxes people more than any other country ever does.
Well, I remember before Fiona and I were looking to have her move in with me in the country before she died. She was going to ship a container over here, right? The shipping to the federal government was about $78,000 taxes. $78,000 in fucking taxes to the U.S. government. She decided not to move here, but that's just for the fucking U.S. side of things. The state side of things, they weren't this fucking greedy and corrupt. But 20 years ago, the mental health system was a lot better than it is today. Now, I don't know.
I remember one time talking to someone from Australia, right? We said, yeah, we should meet up one day. They told me that it'd be easier if we met up in Sydney than in somewhere like LA, because they said it'd be easier for someone like me to take a trip to Australia than them taking a trip to the United States, because the United States is extremely hard to get into.
The visas are hard, yeah.
Yeah,
But you get
so that's like, yeah, people were saying if you're friends with someone from Australia and you want to be together, more likely you're going to end up living in Australia.
Yeah, I know.
Here.
I lived in Australia, so
I
I know
know,
exactly,
More
what
likely
you're
you'll end
talking
up in
about.
Australia over this country, because this country is hard for any. If you want to get married, live in this country, you gotta pretty much, marry someone who's not from another country.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, my cousin who married a Filipino
had a Canadian. You might want to move up to Canada.
Well, I have a friend of mine that married a Canadian. She moved down to him, but he's got enough money to do it. But yeah, it's all about money too. If you have enough money, you can get them in and live in the country and be citizen. Whereas other countries, it's different. I mean, look, I know a guy who thinks he can marry a Filipino lady boy. The guy basically turned around, found out it's going to cost him about 500,000 New Zealand to bring her over from the Philippines.
They did a comparison in the past, right? Where back 100 years ago, it showed pictures of immigrants entering the United States and how easy and great it was. Now it shows these days of how pretty much how bad it's gotten.
It's because everyone in the U.S. government needs to make money on the paperwork to bring them in legally. So it's all about money, basically. It's not like
and they
the
want
old
to raise
days.
the price up even more than what's worth. It's because they want that extra dollar. They want the extra dollar, and each of those members want money to take their children to Disneyland every year or Disney World.
Yeah, well, that's expensive as hell. But I agree with Chloe completely. Back then it was easy. Nowadays it's just too hard, And this is a country, And then they say we need a wall because of illegals. I don't think we need a wall for illegals.
The house of the mouse has part to do with why people, why these parents are so greedy, because they want their children to have the best. House of the mouse raises prices. These children's parents who work for governments want to raise taxes, want to raise money, and or if they sell stuff, they want to raise prices on their products or pay their workers less. It's sad. Greed and corruption's gotten out of control in this country.
Well, exactly. But you know what? It's the way it is. I mean, literally. And then people bitch that 13.
And soon people are going to be genocide for who they are, because corporations are going to want it, and they're going to pay big money for it to happen.
Well, like I said, it's not going to happen. But the problem is in this country is, like she said, it's greed. And there's too much greed in there, I mean, literally. And then you have too many problems, But to me,
or it's that we'll have someone genocide us because corporations and the rich people put these mad, angry dictators in, because they believe these dictators would be good business innovation for their corporations.
Yeah, well, it won't happen, literally. But I mean, literally, like I said, these laws are getting stupider and stupider. I mean, literally, the state of Washington. I mean, there's people out there bitching about how they're passing all these useless laws, yet they're allowing sex offenders to just get a slap in the wrist or not even charged or whatever, and to them it's just complete bullshit. So to me, I think it's just utter assholeness. They're allowing these things to happen, and we have to suffer for it to no end, And to me, I don't like it at all. So, but anyways, that's what I think, but that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be always. But, I'm not against rebelling against the government. I'm just freedom of speech, or, saying, it's my freedom of speech to say, that the fucking state of Washington's a bunch of bullshit honky motherfuckers that want to tax the shit out of everyone because they're greedy assholes. Yeah, they don't give a shit about others. I mean, I saw fucking people in the DSHS office in Moses Lake wearing gold chains, and they want their fucking food stamps and cash assistance. Yet if you're walking with gold chains and leather coats, you shouldn't be getting fucking food stamps or cash assistance, That's the real fucking problem in this fucking world. And then people like me and Chloe, we looked at as dirt bags, My opinion is we're not fucking dirt bags. We are people like everyone else. And because of it, guess who gets shit on? Chloe and I get shit on. Or someone else gets shit on. And then we all get to hurt, So I don't know, everyone. I just don't know, but I don't like these fucking new laws coming into place, It's like that fucking one day when Chloe was fucking bitching about, the crisis team. She called the crisis team. She was venting her frustration at how the fucking mental place was useless. They pushed a button, said it's against the law to swear to a mental health professional. I'm sorry, but if I'm in the hospital and a mental health professional drives me insane, I'll fucking tell them where to stick the fucking thing and tell them to put a dildo up their ass, because it ain't fucking a crime to speak your fucking mind. Literally.
So if you tell them something they don't want to hear and they get ass hurt, they'll just hang up on you.
Yeah, or, if you're in the hospital, they're trying to fucking involve you. You know how many times people tried to involve me, people? I mean, literally, I had one guy took me to the hospital and I completely drunk.
Oh, yeah. If you don't politically agree with them on their politics, they'll want to commit you.
Well, here's the problem. This guy turned around, demanded the hospital involve me, right? As soon as they're getting ready to do the involve paperwork, the fucking lady, I fucking walked out the front door. Then 4 days later, get my medical records, right? It was just a blessing I got them all at once. Couldn't involve me because I have Medicare. No one wants Medicare. Now, if I was completely intoxicated, inebriated with Medicaid like Chloe has, I would have been fucking already on an ambulance going to fucking with Moppy to the fucking hospital, because Chloe been to every fucking hospital in the state. They couldn't fucking touch me. They're just like, let the fucking bitch go home, drink it out. 3 weeks later, we got this place here. Literally. This hospital, they know I'm intoxicated. They open the door and throw me out. And then they asked me about why I got a scar in my leg. Oh, did Chloe did that? No, you motherfuckers did it. Oh, how'd we do it? Talk to my lawyer. They find out in the computer my lawyer's already charging him for releasing me and me falling in the hole 3 times. Big hole like a mini cliff. And guess what? I basically cut my leg up. Chloe fucking ditched them. They hung up the phone. Literally, I was hosing him. And they had stitches and everything. So guess what? It doesn't pay to be drunk. But the point is, I mean, I have a friend of mine who I love dearly, who's a sweet man, who I can see myself being with for life. And he told me the other day to go check out some Jack Daniel's apple. Fortunately, if Jack Daniel honey is awesome, then Jack Daniel's apple is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, all the Jim Beam products that are tasty and stuff taste bad, except for Red Stag. Black cherry whiskey is perfect. Everything else, Evan Williams, I don't know what it is about that shit, but it's nasty. Same with that fucking Bird Dog crap. But guess what? I'm learning that it's better to watch TV and movies and fucking drink like crazy either. But my point is you know how it is. So to me, that's how I wanted to share it with all of you. Is my topic's good, and I thank you for watching and hanging out with me tonight. And, I just wanted to bitch for the final part, about the fucking Taxington and their fucking greedy son of a bitches. In my opinion, I say give everyone a fucking gun. You're still going to make money out of the transfer fees and everything else. If you don't, then you're all fucking assholes. That's how I see it. You're all greedy. You want to fucking, everyone is entitled to a fucking gun. Everyone's entitled, in my opinion. You got the money, buy the fucking gun. Eventually, I will talk to you all more about digital content, physical copies, and, of course, a few things on my mind that I've never brought up to Chloe yet, because I don't know how to bring it up to Chloe. I'm going to end this shortly, and then I'm going to check on 2 websites And then I'm going to go and put in Star Wars before it gets late. And then I need to find out what Chloe, because it's so long already, the video, that when Chloe wants me to cook up the other ham, or she wants me to start preparing the soup for tomorrow and forget the other piece of ham. I don't know.
We could cook up the ham. We got our stuff for soup, or we could just do.
I can make turkey soup too if I peel out turkey.
Yeah, we could do that.
So, anywho, everyone, thanks for watching,
Yeah,
everyone.
let's cook the rest of that ham.
Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please, well, of course I want to cook the ham. Ham's pretty damn badass. I mean, after all, it's Ron's ham. He's retired, so I'm enjoying every morsel of flavor. So please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's wholesome fun for your family. Hit that bell notification for new content every day. It's also wholesome fun for your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, and grandmas. Thank you everyone for watching. Captain's Log out. USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. This transmission ends, all right, about now.